Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Lurking today because I have a project due in 5 hours. Well, good luck. Good luck. Hello, Lightbringer. Welcome. Hi, Top. Hello, Chrissy. How's everybody doing today? I am very glad to be back, even though it was only 1 week I was gone. I'm glad to be back. 2-stream weekend this week. Waiting for Acheron as always. Hell yes. Yeah, so 2-stream weekend this weekend. To make up for last Sunday. Yeah. How has everybody's week been? 'Cause before we get into this, I've got some things I need to talk about. I have some stories. Let me do some stuff. I bought Outer Wilds yesterday, and it is something. It is something. Have fun with it. Okay. So, hello Sam, welcome. Okay, so my last stream I said yeah, so if you guys noticed, last week there was no stream. And that was because I completely forgot that I was heading back home. I was heading back home for a couple of days because I'm on spring break right now. This past week has been my spring break. And so I didn't bring my entire goddamn computer. I only had a laptop. So, you know, I spent the few days I was there reading. But the reason why I went home, hi Rika. The reason why I went home mostly was because a local theater was putting on a production of Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, which is my favorite musical. And so it was on Broadway briefly, and then it disappeared because the rights got caught, like the rights to performing the musical got caught up in fucking legal purgatory. It only recently has started appearing in local productions again, in regional productions. So I got to go see The Great Comet of 1812. I didn't realize that the dude that was playing Pierre is literally fucking Kazoo Kid. I literally saw Kazoo Kid play fucking Pierre in a regional production of The Great Comet of 1812. I am not joking. It was the most surreal moment. So me and my brother, so like my parents were in line. Yeah, I know, right, Sam? It's fucking insane. So me and my parents were in line before the show started, getting drinks. And so me and my brother were sitting in the lobby. We were sitting in the lobby, and we were yeah, so we were sitting in the lobby. My brother was flipping through the program, and he was like, all of a sudden I hear him gasp because I'm just on my phone scrolling, and I hear him gasp. I'm like, what's up? And he turns to me, he's like, do you know who's playing Pierre? I was like, no. He was like, you should. And then he pulls up an image of Kazoo Kid and just shows it to me. And so me and my brother just die on the spot right there. And it was such a strange experience. the fact that I saw an internet legend play a character in my favorite fucking musical. So I mentioned it, yes, mentioned it in the Discord, but I have no idea where you're talking. So yeah, so there's a musical called Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812. It's a musical based on an 80-page excerpt of like the end of War and Peace. It's like the tail end of War and Peace. But it's an incredible musical. It's so fucking good. I love it to death. But it got caught up in really strange legal like controversy, which turned into like the dude owning the rights refusing to like let the show be played or whatever. So it had a Broadway run, and then it never played ever again for like years until last year, where it just started showing up in regional theaters, and that's what I went and saw over break. It was so good, and Pierre was just Kazoo Kid, and I'll never get over that. I will never ever get over the fact that I saw fucking Kazoo Kid. About Kazoo Kid? Oh, you don't know Kazoo Kid? He's a meme. Let me pull this up for you. He's a huge meme. He comes from a, like... Yeah, Brett Ambler. He was in this weird-ass VCR... Like... I don't even know what it is, but it's called You on Kazoo. I sent it to you in general. I don't know what to call it, but somebody made a fucking trap remix of it, and that's where it kind of exploded. So that's what the reference is, and I saw this dude play Pierre. I don't know. So that was my spring break, pretty much, was going to see that musical and seeing fucking Pierre. What else? Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft now. That's been the only thing I've been doing since I got back to my computer, is I've just been playing so much fucking Minecraft, y'all. It's concerning. It's concerning how much Minecraft I've been playing recently. It's modded. It's a server with a bunch of folks. It's a private server I'm playing with a bunch of friends. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. Oh my god, I've been playing so much of it. Admins just recently opened the Nether today, like last night while I was sleeping. So first, like after the stream, the first thing I'm doing is getting on and getting a fucking smithing template, dude. I need netherite. Okay, anyways. Yeah, Minecraft is fun in co-op. As vanilla Minecraft is fun in co-op. Single player can be fun. If it's modded, I think modded single player can be fun, but definitely in general, co-op is way more fun. Multiplayer is way more fun. And yeah, I've been having such a blast with playing with these people, because like the people I'm playing with are like my favorite, or like my favorite people ever. Like I love the people that I'm playing with, so it's great. I love it. It's been an experience. I've been very addicted, and I spent last night. So we have, I don't know what mod it is, but one of the mods that we have is massive ass structures, and one of them is called the Machine. It's like, I think it's one of the biggest dungeons that this mod generates. It's huge. I think like a bunch of people in my in the server spent like in a day could get about like half of it done. All I did yesterday was just do the machine, and I think it took like 6 hours worth of straight just doing this dungeon, but I cleared it completely. It was stupid. Hello, Shelly. Hope you've been well. I have been. I hope you have been too. But yeah, okay. Let's get into it. Been busy and tired, but oh well. That's... you're being productive, I guess. I don't know. That being busy and tired for me feels like, yeah, it sucks, but to me it feels like that's kind of a sign that I've been productive. And maybe that's just me with like ADHD and just like I struggle to be productive. But when I'm busy and when I'm tired, I actually feel like I'm doing shit. So you're doing good. You're doing great. Keep it up. Being a mother require productivity. Yeah. That's Still, my point stands. You're doing great. We never get anything done because we're killing each other all the time. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that this server has not devolved into that yet. Again, I think a part of it is that like these are my favorite people in the world, so like, you know. We're all good here. We're a good team. Okay, let's stop talking about Minecraft. Let's start watching the live stream. Okay. That's that. Let's get that going briefly. What do I need to get up? Also, I'm gonna have to ask y'all guys about this. Give me... After this, I'm gonna ask you guys about that. Okay, you guys can hear this. It sounds very tinny for some reason. Like it's being played through speakers into a microphone. That's really strange. Make sure I have everything. You guys can hear it. If I am not mistaken. Make sure that everything else is good and going. Chat is on screen. I think that's good. Sweet. Let's get going. Hello, Findon. Welcome. I do have questions for you regarding Sampo. I will answer them the best I can because Sampo is interesting. Whoa.
欢迎来到崩坏星球轨道2.1版本前瞻特别节目。As I will not reward has a day。怎么样？找到大伟哥了吗？大伟哥他一直。
Plan to play HI3. I actually just you put it in the background. I'm already updated, right? Yeah, I have it already updated. So unless an update like came out last night or some shit.
要不就用这个代替吧，这不太行吧？
哦，爸爸。
3、2、1 ，Action！
Okay, watch. I'm gonna shut myself.
No need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Here's to you, sober one, with this glass of a dream within a dream.
It's only when the sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
The audio's really weird on this stream. The music slaps though. Holy shit.
Clock Studios theme park, most popular entertainment center in Penacony. The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way.
Yeah, the audio is so mega compressed. It's actually kind of annoying.
Why not make the most of it with the game? High stakes, high rewards.
Okay, venturing.
For nothing.
Hot as always.
Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest den.
Bitch. What the fuck did he just do? Wait, hold on. Did he just like grab our lance and just yeet us? Hold on, I need to see that again.
I'll ruin this beautiful dream and
Hi,
create
Tento.
the grandest den.
Did he just do what I think he did? Yeet. Oh my god. Thank you for popping in, Tento. And saying hi. Oh my god, that's really funny.
And create the grandest.
Yeet. That should not be as funny as it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready
Acheron
unveil
time.
your cards?
Okay, there it is.
Cards.
Oh, that was Firefly. I did not even clock that. I think I'm in such denial that I completely forgot that Firefly is supposed to be fucking dead. Oh, they were flashbacks though, so I guess they are flashbacks.
Ladies and
Okay, so that's an interesting shot. Isn't that May? Or like doesn't May have those horns, right? Yeah, I feel like Chrissy, resident HI3 expert. Hey, Kario, welcome. Hersher of Thunder, yes. Okay. Yep. Yeah, one is cut off. I do know that. Yeah, I do see that. That's interesting. I thought Hersher of Thunder also had like one of her horns cut off. Most of your questions are answered in the live stream, actually, but that's no fun. The fun part is asking questions first and then getting them answered later. So chill. I'm not an expert, but I barely understand. But you do play the game, so you play the game more than I do. I'm like in part 1. I'm like in chapter 8, I think, which I plan to change. Oh my god, I cannot tell you how much better the game feels now that they have a keyboard and mouse input option. Dude, that is the thing I needed to get myself to play the game more. Holy shit. Anyways, off topic. Acheron. Yeah, the keyboard and mouse input option, because I don't have to, that means I don't have to lug around a controller and its cable anymore, and I don't have to struggle with the hell that is playing on keyboard, on just keyboard. But yeah, it's keyboard and mouse is so much better. So do you think that they really intentionally don't add those effects to him because of a bigger role he'll play? Who are you talking about, Shelly? Like Sampo or somebody else? Yeah, okay, so this is very May. Previous message, where? Oh, okay. Sampo does a splish sploosh on the water. Splish sploosh the water in Penacody, and I pulled for Sparkle on an ult. She's a mass fool. She won't leave footprints either. Maybe it's a mass fool's thing. I think they really intentionally don't add. I'm not sure. I like stuff like that. It's kind of hard to. Is that a gameplay or is that like a game engine limitation, or is that something else specific to? I haven't noticed that, so I don't know. Wait, you're very early. Oh yeah, I'm really early in HI3. Okay, I know the story further on. I kind of know what happens. I'm not like super spoiler free on HI3, but I do, because like HI3 to me is kind of one of those journey before destination sort of stories. So I'm not too keen on staying spoiler free. I'm kind of whatever about it, but Otherworld thing, every other character leaves footprints and splooshes in the water. I haven't noticed that. I haven't noticed that Sampo and Sparkle don't do that. That's an interesting observation. I don't have an answer for that. But yeah, so I'm really early in HI3, and so I kind of, now that part 2 is out and they have a keyboard and mouse option, I want to actually like get going, especially because I have Hersher of Rebirth, and I fucking pulled Hersher of Finality on a random ass 10 pull. Like, I have characters that can pretty much carry me through the game, so I'm set. Anyways, so that was very very Honkai Impact. Sunday's here. Let's see. There isn't a lot to go off of there with Sunday. He just, is that Trailblazer or is that Acheron? Whose hand is that? Who has this bracelet? Is that Aventurine? Okay. Oh, it's the watch. Got it. Oh, that makes sense because it's a fucking like casino thing with like. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, hi Firefly. Oh, that I did not realize that you had cracks on your skin. Okay, so let's see. We've got March, Himiko, Welt, Trailblazer. Okay, so Aventurine boss fight, which is interesting. Like, get on the ship right now, Himiko.
Ready?
Okay, that was. Ooh. Yes, I have been watching so much Hermitcraft, y'all. It's all over my recommendations.
Ladies and
okay, back through it. Senadina, is that you? Although, yeah, it was really interesting. Like, March. Like, the second I started playing part 2, I was like, dude, that's just March. I actually for a second thought she was voiced by the her CN, her Chinese voice was the same as March's. It's not. She is Kirara's Chinese voice actor, but yeah. Oh my god, Hermitcraft. Yeah. Okay, so that's Aventurine's hat being handed to him by a child, or it's child Aventurine getting his hat. It's because of Firefly Senadina has a weird crack. I did notice that. I noticed the on her chest there's a purple crack that looks a lot like Robin's, right? Remember like when we saw Robin dead, quote unquote, we saw like that purple crack across her chest. Senadina has a similar thing, but like a little bit smaller. Yeah, like across her chest. It's really interesting. Also, that opening dance scene in part 2, holy shit, that's so gay. Anyways, on Robin, at the very end of the 2.0 quest, with that big ass purple crack across her chest, Senadina has a similar thing, just a little bit smaller. Okay, so we're, oh wait, that's the wrong one. Okay, so hat there, I don't like a Firefly with such a, she's so angry. Okay, so what is the crack there on her? That's aventurine still. Okay, so I'm wondering what the thought process here is, because child aventurine. My interpretation of this is child aventurine getting the hat that he wears, kind of Hu Tao style. You, Firefly, and then back to aventurine. What's the logic here? Child's eyes are different, are they? So then, oh, true. Actually, that's a good point. It would make a lot of sense if that was past him. But then why is Firefly here? Like, this is one thing, right? And I'm not worried about this, right? Yet. We'll get there. I'm just wondering why she's here. What does Firefly have to do with adventuring? Because this is very clearly focusing around adventuring. Because this is the only, like, the two outliers that we have are this scene and then the Firefly thing. Everything else can be tied directly to Aventurine, because you've got, Aventurine has had very close ties to Sunday, because he needs to be able to do the shit he's doing on Penacony. In order to do that, he has to go through Sunday. I can imagine this is just a fuck ton of money that he's handing Sunday, or something that he can give to, like, this is just Aventurine's bribe. This is Aventurine fight. The hat, which means definitely, like, this is implying it means something. I'm thinking in my head Hu Tao style. And then Firefly. Okay. Here's something that I've kind of started to notice. The auto has a golden crack, so you change the imaginary tree to save Callan. That's actually a really interesting point, because when I see cracks in this game, something to do with remembrance, that's a good point. I'll circle back to that. So when I see cracks in this game, it makes me think about Doctor Who. When Amy was the companion, there was this whole arc about this crack in her wall that was pretty much like a crack in space-time. And so that shape kind of followed the Doctor until his regeneration into Peter Capaldi. So, like, there was that motif. This kind of reminds me of a similar thing. Like, the cracks, like the purple cracks, and like these cracks too, like, to me, communicate that something is like rules are being broken or something is being broken. Prisoner Zero has escaped. Yeah. No, like to me, it implies that like at some like something more foundational to this universe is being broken. Rules are made to be broken. Yeah. So like, could the cracks? Oh, that's actually a really good point. Cracks be related to her entropy loss condition? That's a really good point, actually. But then again, why the fuck is she here? I don't know. Okay, but so Ozzy, you said something to do with remembrance. Maybe. I like that a lot. I accidentally muted. Especially considering this is Acheron we're talking about. And like I still don't know.
Ladies,
Like there's a lot of things that Acheron could be. We're still not entirely sure, because like as much as I would like to think it, Aventurine didn't really confirm that she is an emanator of finality. He also implied that she could be an emanator of nihility or destruction or something else. Probably not destruction because she fucking destroyed Ifrit. But he implied that she is an emanator of something powerful and that will kill things, a lot of things. He can't confirm that she's an emanator at all. Technically not, but his phrasing did really lean into the implication that she is an emanator, and I'm going to go with that. Just because there's a lot going on here that I like. She's definitely an emanator at some point. Or yeah, she's definitely an emanator in some way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, is the black hole is nihility, but she has so many motifs about her, which is so weird. Like, it's usually when you're looking at a character, right? You can generally, like with a lot of lore importance too, you can generally pin down what they are, like what their motifs are. They're very consistent. Acheron is all over the place. I can't get a pin on her, which is weird. But like this whole thing, yeah, very much implies remembrance. Maybe could be finality in that these are things that happen in the future. Possibly. The Firefly one in particular. I don't get the red though. And the red tears. Because like to me that doesn't tell me blood. People say, like a lot of people say that's blood. I don't think so. I just feel like it's for some reason red tears. Like I don't know. It's weird. Make your nihility and finality. That would be crazy. Yeah, it just looks like her red mascara is washing off, which is hilarious. Video? My mother just sent me a video of my dog playing in the snow. I love that. Anyways, Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, ready to unveil your cards. That's an interesting line, because to me that implies that this is a game that Aventurine has been playing this entire time. Because, like, an interesting thing about Penacony, right, is unlike the previous two locations, you know, Bellabog and Xianzhou, like on Bellabog and the Xianzhou, like, everything was largely on the table. Like, characters were very open with who they were, like, what their mission was, all that stuff. I think the only exception to that was Luocha and in Sampo. And, like, that's really it. Everybody else was very straightforward with what they were doing and why. Penacony is different. Everybody is keeping their cards close to their chest, which is interesting. Because, like, previously we were bringing game theory into this. There are two kinds of games that you can play. There's a perfect game and then there's imperfect game. Chess is a perfect game because both players have all the information. Battleship is an imperfect game because one player doesn't have all of the information from compared, or has a different set of information from the other player, right? Previously, more or less, we've been playing perfect games. Bellabog and Xianzhou, perfect games. Everything is kind of just out on the table for us to look at. Penacony is very imperfect. Everybody has shit close to their chest. So it almost feels like Aventurine has intentionally been playing just a game of poker. And, like, as good as you can be at poker, there's still the chance that you'll lose because somebody's cards are better than yours. I wonder if what this line is saying is, like, this is the show your hands, who wins the pot. Which I think is really dope. They talk a bit about the red. Okay, that's neat. I want to see what this is. Huh. It's a disc. That's weird. Okay. Let's get going. We spent 30 minutes on that. Hi, Dawe.
哎，不是，这样怎么能做节目呢？
你要干什么？
哎，干嘛呢？
这当然不行啊，对吧？
这么狂？
多少得是个投稿员工。
Whether or not your world has a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. 欢迎来到崩坏新穹铁道2.1前瞻特别节目，我是代班主持人。
That's a reference to something. What is that a reference to?
蹲下去了是不是不太好？
没关系，我相信他的精神与我们同在。先不管大伟哥了，各位老师先给开拓者们打个招呼吧。
各位开拓者好。
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
大家又见面了，我是崩坏。
What is that a fucking reference to?
今天还有一位叙事团队的新朋友。
大家好，我是崩坏星穹铁道的叙事设计茶杯。
好，欢迎两位。
Hold on, I like you. Your hair is actually really pretty.
叙事设计茶杯。
好
Hair designer teacup, nice.
少杰老师也是我们的老熟人了，住在这里就很让人安心，就感觉听到了家族向我们宾客承诺会绝对安全一样。
It's a Truman Show.
是吧，少杰老师？
是，非常感谢组织给的这个机会啊，不胜荣幸。
在2.0版本，我相信各位开拓者们都度过一个非常难忘的匹诺康尼假期。不如我们先从剧情开始聊聊吧，少杰老师。
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. That is, it's a Truman Show reference. The fuck? Okay.
轻松、快乐、阳光的度假故事吗？怎么连刘英和知更鸟都……
我就知道你会问这个，放心。对，来这边。 2.0前瞻直播时说的，录制节目的时候，匹诺康尼的主线台本工作已经接近尾声了嘛，所以存在一些视角上的小偏差。毕竟我是完全知道后面会发生什么，但大家目前看到的还只是2.0的一个开头，可能产生一些误解也是在所难免的。
It's quite natural to have some misunderstandings. You sly dog.
哦，很生硬的把话题给拐走了呢。那我听说2.1这次的开拓任务会以
There's a nice vacation to Penacony. Yeah, exactly.
这次尝试在仙州已经做过了，那是有独立的单横线，但不长。而匹诺康尼的故事作为一个众多角色齐聚一堂，也更有悬疑色彩的故事，会觉得 偏群像的写作手法会更有利于设计一些有趣的剧情展开吧，所以也想尝试一下更复杂的多线叙事。
Give complex multi-narratives, yeah.
我们在2.1版本去增加了一个新的功能，这个功能的名字叫命路趋
Oh
向。
shit.
在猎狮组的故事线以外，玩家能够在推进主线的过程中，通过这个系统去看见其他角色。
Oh, that's cool.
而在我们命路奇图的页面下，也可以去查看当前正在进行的一个任务，以及完成了的任务。
Oh, that's fucking dope. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my god. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my god, that is actually so dope. Genshin could, but they don't want to. I don't think so. Genshin would never do this because that's not what Genshin is. Genshin is entirely about the traveler and voyeurism, and that's not what Honkai Star Rail is. Reminds me of the hangout events at Genshin. Yeah, I mean, that's literally what I said. I don't know. I think they could never, because that is just not what the game is. It depends on how you look at it, I guess. Yeah, this is really cool. This is like literally just, I wish this is how, this is so off topic, but I really wish this is how splitting the party in D&D could work. Like, I wish that you could just do this and not have to like manually switch back and forth, like and pace the narrative. You could just gotta go at your own. This is just splitting the party. This is like really cool. I love this.
可以把它去当做一个多线叙事，在表现上的小小升级。
每个人都有秘密，每个人都有目的，就像黑天鹅。
This is really, really, really cool.
所有人都有可能说谎。
I'm excited for that. We get an Aventurine, we get an Acheron, and we get a Trailblazer.
2.0有个小彩蛋，在剧情某个节点，如果你拒绝了沙金的邀请，就会进入另一段结局，然后你会看见一张写满了问号的演职人员名单，仿佛在说所有人的身份都是假的。
但花火依旧是花火，这就是实名上网的含金量。
不愧是匹诺康尼最诚实的人。这个好像是2.0上线。
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's just different storytelling.
2.0真的留了好多这样的钩子，比方说刘莹的预算用不用完，有完全不同的2段对话。而在梦境酒店遇见黄泉时，如果你一直选择拒绝的话，会发生很不可思议的事情。看着他们一个个被发掘出来，彼此
being uncovered and shared among the players. Yeah, that reference specifically goes so crazy. I want to know more about that. The if you keep refusing Acheron, she just kind of says no, fuck you, and then like forces you to do it anyways. It's so weird.
彼此分享，感受到大家热情讨论的氛围，真的很开心。项目组洒满了阳光，在这儿阳光了是吧？
It's interesting because like the whole that whole thing about like Acheron, what makes like what I find so interesting about that scene in particular with Acheron is the entire time you're playing the quest, every interaction with Acheron is giving you this like idea of, oh, I can actually change things. I can make a difference. But at the end, like with that scene, it's kind of that reminder of no, you can't. It reminds me a lot of 1984. Actually. Like that narrative device, that narrative style of like throughout 1984, like the main character starts believing that he can make a difference against the government, but at the very end of the like the last line of the book is kind of a punch in the gut, is like, no, you can't, nobody can make a difference. That's kind of this. It's like throughout all of your interactions with Acheron, it starts making you think that maybe this time we can actually like forge our own path. But like when it comes to like you can make a choice, like the game, like whatever narrative power, like the like destiny is too strong and forces us to actually go a certain way. Yeah, the end result is always the same, but the way you get there is different. Exactly. Like no matter how, but I also think it's like it's a no matter how much you resist, fate always will send you the way it has predestined you to go. I think that's like a big thing that scene kind of was hammering home, is like aside from the couple of moments where you can just, you know, dip and the game quote unquote ends right before you go to Penacony, and at the very beginning of the game where you refuse to go onto the express, those are the only times where you can just like not like change how your fate goes. But like other than that, like fate is like you are going here, there's no resisting that.
是的，我们的玩家啊，真的很热情，就像刚才少基老师说的，让我们拥有了直视太阳的权利啊。那我们后面的主线也一定要加大力度。
不能落下。
这个加大力度到底是哪方面的加大力度？我劝你们好好说清楚啊。
此次2.1版本的开头任务名为《天鹅绒里的恶魔》。
The Devil in Velvet. What is Velvet? It's a material. It reminds me of this. Like this very much reminds me of The Devil Wears Prada. I'll have to look into this. Yeah, it's a material and a color. The Devil in Velvet is apparently a novel by John Dixon Carr. Yeah, this is Velvet. This shit. I mean, like it kind of is a color, not really. Velvet. 1951 is a detective story by American writer John Dixon Carr. Both a mystery and a historical novel. Cambridge professor of history Nicholas Fenton in England in 1925 makes a bargain with the devil and is sent back in time to Restoration London in 1675 to solve the murder that is about to take place in the body of Sir Nick Fenton. Fenton soon finds himself in love with the intended victim, Sir Nick's wife Lydia, and resolves to alter the course of history by preventing her murder. Fenton's mastery of 20th century swordsmanship makes him a fearsome antagonist in 1675, so much so that he becomes known as the Devil in Velvet. Also involved in the action is a woman who has also sold her soul to the devil and traveled back in time, and Fenton finds himself torn between the two women. He has not only solved the approaching murder before it happens, but come to terms with Sir Nick's romantic and political entanglements, and even void his deal with the devil. That's definitely about Acheron. Yeah. How much you want to... Okay, here's a bet. How much you want to bet that the parallels to the two women is Kiana and Black Swan? That would be so good. That's an interesting pull. That's a very interesting illusion. I wonder if is there an audiobook of this? So because I've been playing so much fucking so much Minecraft, I've been listening to audiobooks. I finished The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I wonder if there's there's an audiobook of The Devil in Velvet. There's not. Damn it. Okay. Anyways.
但其实我更喜欢当时没采用的另一版名字再见。哦，这个不能讲
啊，没关系，这个讲不了。我记得另一个，它叫《所有悲伤的故事》。
哦，所以
Farewell。
加大力度是加在这里了，是吧？
不是，这单纯很有意境，也比较符合2.1主线的部分内容吧。但
Wait, what was it? So, all the sad tales. Okay, so we're getting a lot of angst. Is what you're meaning?
不是，这单纯很有意境，也比较符合2.1。
This is gonna be the angst.
但组里面也有人说，不行，这是周年庆啊。那我一想，您说的对，也只能作罢了。不过坦率的说，相比2.0、2.1的开拓任务，可能确实相对的没有那么的
Oh, fuck off.
愉快。对你不能说它没有，但是就没那么多。
就少基老师，您别看我啊，这不是咱们一起传出来的吗？至少我们还是阳光的嘛，对吧，少基老师？
对，阳光是有的，我记得很清楚，像什么太阳啊。
The fact that Shaoji is saying, "Oh yeah, it's not quite as easy breezy," that is. I almost cried with 2.0. What the fuck is 2.1 gonna be, y'all? Fuck. This is gonna be rough.
前面的版本 PV 也放出了许多让大家非常在意的画面。关于这部分内容，我们也在接下来的角色介绍环节再详细讲述吧。
非常感谢两位老师的分享，在了解了信息量如此之大的2.1
2.1 there be rivers of blood, like Mark said, yeah.
稍事休息，稍后将为大家带来2.1版本的新角色介绍。
好嘞，导播放第一个对话码。
Five really melted with that breeze. Oh yeah, she did. I'm gonna skip past if that's all right. I'll get these later. Did anybody post the codes in the Discord? Scrolling up. I don't see codes. Okay. I'll be fine. We'll get them later. I was crying. I found nothing outstanding. I struggled with the scene on the rooftop with Firefly. I don't know how much of that was like. I just found it really pretty. I found it really pretty. The song did not help. And I just love Firefly. I think that's part of the reason why I got, like, that was pretty close for me. And I should note that I don't cry at media, like, ever. So me saying I almost cried is pretty much there. And then I didn't cry with Firefly's death. I was just shocked and then mad. I'm going to say that okay, yeah, I don't. I think like I don't recall a time that I've ever cried at anything. I get pretty close with like watching Violet Evergarden the first time I got pretty close. Same with A Place Further in the Universe, but like that's really it. The series is beautiful, but her words are too contrary to the positive emotions for me. She sounded too sus regardless of her illness. I do I like it was just a lot. I think I think it was the music. I think it was like the fact, like she was sus, and maybe it doesn't work for you just because you aren't as obsessive about Firefly as I am. I don't know why I am, but I kind of fell for her whole plot because there's definitely something weird with her, especially the whole I'll tell you what I am, but like not right now. That's a whole thing. She still has that to that deal is still on the table, but like I kind of fell for her hook, line, and sinker with like her whole like thing that she's putting up because there's secrets that she's hiding. There is suspicion for it, but I completely fell for that whole thing. The end, yeah, Sinner's finale, that was pretty good. That was close. Oh no, yeah, no, I was just explaining my side of things. Like now that you say it, it does make sense. There's a lot of things that can take you out of it. Because like it's very hard to cry when you're like, or like get emotionally invested in something when you are more intellectually invested. I'm very good at separating myself from like especially when I'm streaming or engaging with a quest for the first time. I'm very good at putting my theorist brain aside for a moment just to kind of enjoy the moment. So like there was a lot of suspicious shit that she said in there, but and like the oh god, I need to catch up on free run. But like a lot of times when there are like emotionally impactful shit in Hoyoverse games, my first time around, I'm going to I watch it with just emotions first, and then I go back and revisit it with
大家带来角色黄泉、沙金、加拉赫的介绍。不过在此之前，让我们先欢迎新同学。
大家好，我也是新同学啊，战斗设计汉子。
欢迎齐名。
He's trending with
2.0版本中的
3位
角色呢，在之前的剧情里面也给人留下了非常令人深刻的印象。我们先从第一位重量级的嘉宾黄泉小姐先开始聊聊吧。
黄泉在2.0总体来说是个很神秘的角色吧。以巡海游侠的身份来到匹诺康尼，在剧情之初就。
Why are the subtitles doubled? That's weird. I don't have closed captioning on. Hey, do you want them tripled? Oh, no, they're Chinese. Okay. Oh, the beginning of free run. Yeah. No, that's the beginning of free run is very heartfelt, and yeah, that scene. Oof, I could get that. There are a couple scenes in free run that are very moving. How dare your I don't like your friend, Shelly. I'm straight up, and no one in their right mind would, find a new friend, exactly. No one in their right mind would deny a selfie with Firefly. Who the fuck? Okay.
和开拓者相遇了。
Anyways, let's pay attention to what the fuck they're saying about Acheron.
留下了非常令人深刻的印象。我们先从第一位重量级的嘉宾黄泉小姐先开始聊聊吧。
黄泉在2.0总体来说是个很神秘的角色吧，以巡海游侠的身份来到匹诺康尼，
Usually I'm a
在
very
剧情
teach
之
their
初
own
就和
kind of
开拓者
person,
相
but
遇
not
了。
with
说的话
Firefly.
话里话外也总是
How do
令
you
人
not
浮
like
想联翩，
Firefly?
也总是会在一些很重要的场合
She's
恰
always
到好处的出现。
arriving
但
right
遗
in
憾
the
拒
nick
绝
of
又挺
time.
正
She
常的，
spoke.
可在这样的情况下，
It's almost like she's like a universal Deus Ex Machina. She just shows up like when the plot needs her. Like, which is so weird, because like in most cases, right, I would write that off as bad writing, but Hoyoverse is smarter than that, and they've shown that they're smarter than that. And, like there's something weird about how like Acheron is just a Deus Ex Machina. I do appreciate the JP cast, that they're very considerate of voice acting. I am too, with even CN. I think CN and Korea, it's the same actress as Mei and Raiden Shogun. A lot of people did get a little pissy about Allegra Clark being casted. But Allegra kind of went on Twitter saying, I can't explain it, but I trust me. Which is making me think that there's a reason behind Allegra's casting. I think Allegra fits Akron more. I do too. I really like Allegra Clark's performance. Did you hear about Sino's Korea VA? I did. It's so tragic. And he was like super young too. He was like 24. Allegra is also queer. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a requirement. Sino's Korean VA passed away a couple of days ago. I think, yeah, a couple of days ago. He was like 24. I forget what it was from, but yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It sucks. Like that's awful. Yeah, his death reason isn't public, and I will say it probably won't be for at least a while, because if at all, because I think Korean privacy laws are good. I think. Yeah, Koreans are not really keen on sharing too many. Yeah, exactly. So that, yeah, but that is very sad. And I will say too, the whole changing topics. I find it funny that they do the whole same voice actors for the same character in different in different universes. In general, they do that for Chinese and Japanese especially, because something I've started to realize is voice acting in China is not like a thing. There aren't very many Chinese voice actors, so like they're just being like, I think it started as them just being resourceful, but they're like, yeah, let's commit to the bit.
下面2.0最后沙金又会跳出来指控他，也不知道是真的还是假的。
哎，少基老师，你真不知道？
你真不知道？
可以不知道，不是我怎么感觉就什么都不能讲呢？
确实，
对，因为黄金身上很明显是有反转的
Obviously
嘛，
a
那我们
twist
无论
with
如何也不可
Akron.
能
Yeah,
在
there is.
这种
bitch.
场合做一个剧透，所以还是围绕现在已有的内容有啥讲啥吧，不然感觉说什么都不合适。
这种感觉就好像仿佛回到了1年前啊，
Around
当时
30
就
is a child
IP
to me.
同学给我们看
I'm
角色卡
just
的
now
时候，
getting to
就
this
我们
point where
很高
like
兴啊，然后
I'm
觉得
not
这个角
feeling
色
like
不
a
错啊，
child
对吧？
anymore.
巡海游侠一看就很帅的那个雷巡猎啊，然后呢
Like
就
the
脑子
20
已
to
经有很
24
多想
range,
法了
I
然后
will
用什么
say
效果
I
就想
can
好了
see it.
然后我说你再往下
Yeah,
看，
I'm
对
getting to this
就
point
恶
where
的
like
地狱你
sorry
再往
about
下看
that.
看
That's
然后呢就发现不对啊，为什么这个人他的命途是虚无？
对，因为一些不可言说的原因，
Yeah.
总而言之，最后他的战斗命途就变成了虚无。
Yeah, her combat. So she is
然后呢
nihility.
就虚无这个概念吧，就
When
很虚无
do you think
虚无
we're gonna
它是
get
什么呢
like
对吧就
when are we
就是
gonna
我
get
看
something that's not nihility? Because holy shit, nihility is so
尝
crowded.
试用一种取巧的办法吧，比方说想要去打破一些思维里的墙，然后去放大无这个概念。
But yeah, that age range
就
like 20 to
脑爆
24, 25-ish.
它没有速度的概念，它不存在于行动条件上。
Getting to that point where
然后
like
它没有属性的概念
starting to actually feel like an adult
攻击什么
now.
属性都能造成弱点击破。
那无敌了。
No, it is just women. It's including Sambo. No.
黄泉这人到底是什么样的一个人啊？然后就纠结了大概
Oh
2个月
yeah,
对2个月
fucking
对，最后才定下了一个叫褪色这个词，对吧？觉得这个词特别能体现虚无的一个概念。我们选用了
Who is drip
这两个颜色
marketed?
嘛，同时饱和度大幅的降低啊，用这样的一个色彩的观感去呈现它啊，同时呢，就在战斗中也有同样的
Oh
一
yeah,
个色彩
Robin.
的。
其实各位应该能够很明显的看到，在它的这个例会里面，有许多像木屋一样的雨滴，这个雨滴浸染之处的色彩都会褪去。
Just Robin.
在黑白世界中却有这样一抹红色，它是名为极真式的花朵。
Crimson
它们呢会以
not.
黄泉为中心去绽放在这样一个黑白的世界里。
当时设想的画面就是黄泉独自一人站在一片萧瑟的荒原上，整个世界只有黑白二色，那阴云密布，然后大雨从天而降，那连绵的细雨
No, it's just
其实
Robin.
是黑色的，如墨水一般浓稠厚重。他们
It's just
流向
Robin.
大地，然后所及之处的色彩都会被这些雨水
Color
一一盖去
struck from
最后只留
Austria.
下黑白
Wait,
灰
leaving only
但
black,
是在
white.
对这样一个失色
In
的
this
世界
colorless
当
world.
中，会
Ooh,
有
okay, I
那么
like this.
一滴红色的
Of
甘
pure
露从
crimson.
天上坠落，然后滴落在
Huh. That's some interesting symbolism there. That's a really interesting symbolism. Boot Hill denier. I don't like that, man. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think I've ever had like as much of a like, because like I've heard of people like not liking characters. I've never had that until Boot Hill dropped. I just straight up don't like his design. I don't know what it is. It's just his general vibe. His name is stupid. He looks like I don't like his design. Boot Hill's a Corelli XP. My God, like yeah, and I'm gonna be completely honest too. I don't like Western. I don't like American Yeehaw Western vibe. Like I don't like that aesthetic. Maybe it is because I am I'm American, and like I had to suffer through so much talk about the Wild West, but I just don't like that aesthetic. So immediately there was like seeing like the rope and the boots and all that shit. It's part of the reason why I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop, is because I just don't like that aesthetic. Yeah, and it was also kind of part of it is my fault for being like so hopeful for Firefly, but it was definitely kind of a who the fuck are you moment. I'm not American. I like this. Like, I don't know how much of it is me being American, just my personal preferences, because I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up in the Midwest and that was a major part of our culture, or something. I saw that they tweeted that out right before the stream. And I was like, yeah, I'll be there because fucking Annalise Official will be there. But yeah, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. It's really funny seeing the entire fandom's collective build. I know, that was kind of funny.
不过要我说的话，这其实不是最虚无的设计。你们知道最虚无的设计是什么吗？
啊，你说说看。
要我说最虚无的设计，那肯定是他一使用终结技，整个游戏都给你闪退了。
The whole game crashes. That would be really funny. That would be actually kind of dope if they did that.
都没有优化的时候，我们只要一使用黄泉终结技啊，直接闪退。
Yeah, we all expected like Firefly or Sam or somebody cool, and then just Boot Hill.
然后实在是性
Surprise.
太大了，你知道吗？然后对，就你只要一点就直接闪退。
但我觉得这个很厉害啊，就非常的 meta。
I was expecting him. It wasn't until Boot Hill dropped that like I had never heard of him before. I had no idea that this dude was like being expected at all.
就这么解决呗。
哦，这么解决，那
导播记得在这里给我们加上一个黑白滤镜啊。
啊，然后刚刚大家看到呢，就是
It's not a black and white filter. You just desaturated the shit.
终结机里面啊，会有一些场景画面的一个褪色表现，还有一个时间的停滞。啊，黄泉的头发呢，它也会从紫色变成白色，然后雨滴会被黄泉切断。啊，整个攻击中也会有一些速度上的变化。
那既然这么酷炫，不如让汉子老师为我们介绍一下他的战斗技能吧。
啊，好的。黄泉呢，真的是我们到目前为止啊制作难度最高的角色了啊，没有之一。
平心而论，没有之一。是的，是的，是的。
这太难了。
Really？
整体的技能呢是充满了一种荒芜和破碎的感觉啊
，Desolation and shattering
这种感觉，就是在它强大的一个力量的背后呢，它是一个空虚和孤独这样一种感觉。然后呢，当它释放战绩的时候啊，就会获得一种名为残梦的一个特殊的充能点啊。然后在战斗中呢，就是我们一种名
Octable Flash。Okay。
一个特殊。
So she's an emanator of nihility after all? I don't know. Like, it's still unclear who the fuck she is, or what she is. She has ties to nihility. I'm still unsold on her being I'm still unsold on her being, or like on any theory regarding what her like if she's an emanator or who she's an emanator of. Also, yeah, I did see that her energy gauge is wacky.
充能点啊，然后在战斗中呢，就是我们需要尽快的去累积这些充能点来
as quickly as possible to unleash her real strength. Okay, so she's a speed. Like, you need to get her going as quickly as possible. I never really considered the paths of playable characters canon. I very much like the idea that every person has a little bit of every path within them. It's like a pie chart. And like the top however many, like the biggest one, like you can follow multiple paths. So one of them is going to be the one that they are in gameplay, but then another one is going to be, you know, their is going to be their like lore. But it's kind of one of those things that you just kind of have to, you know, it's like yeah, I guess if you really want to, like, I kind of hand waved it away. And I sometimes think about it, but if you think about it too hard, it does kind of fall apart. But yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, only Aeons follow one path. Exactly. That's what being an Aeon is you have embodied a path so much that you are one with that path. So everybody has a little bit of every path inside of them. So that's kind of the thought process they have to go about, that they can be multiple things. So she can only gain charges by using a skill.
叠层数吗？那这样启动会不会很慢啊？
啊，其实不是这样的，就是呢，在任意目标行动时啊，如果为敌人附上了负面效果，就能为黄。
So every time you debuff targets, she gains a charge. That's useful. So she has very good synergy with Silver Wolf. Holy shit.
任意目标这个说法听上去好像有点意思啊，就展开讲讲。
就你想的没错，就不单单是来自我方的负面状态啊，当敌方给敌方上了负面状态的时候啊，黄泉也可以累积一定的。
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so, ooh.
超能点。
敌方单位的话，那蛰虫爆炸的异伤它算吗？
啊，算的。
哦
，OK
所以也包括怪物被弱点击破时。
That's a very interesting gameplay.
在吞噬那个衍生物失败的时候，给自己上了个降防。
That's a very interesting gameplay mechanic because you have to really think about.
环境对我造成的伤害，比如说。
Okay, that makes it so like Acheron works really well in very specific fights, but she also just seems really good if you build her team correctly.
都算。当这个超能点啊它充满的时候啊，就会激活
Okay, so
黄金的终结技了。
she doesn't work on
黄金
energy.
终结技它不太一样，它有4段攻击，然后前3段玩家是可以去选择。
Okay, so every color gets desaturated except for red, which is interesting. I like that motif because even on the other characters, like everything is desaturated except for red. Every channel gets turned down to 0 except for red. But this ultimate is fucking nuts. It's almost like Slash a Dream cries in red. Okay, let's look at her. Because like what's getting me the most, right, is there really isn't an Eon that is red like that, right? They're like I think the problem is that Crimson Red like this is not a motif we've seen. So it's really hard to pin what the fuck she is because she just doesn't align with anything that we've seen. Maybe the black hole is very much a sign of nihility, but aside from that, like that's maybe her red tears are because the water is saturated with emotion as opposed to the raindrops of destruction. Ooh, that's a good point. So I'm thinking the red then like it is like representative of just passion and emotion. Like, is it her connection to her humanity? Like the only thing that she has left? God, the more I think about all of Penacony, it has so many ties to Sula, dude. I need to, like, I kind of want to make a video about that. Yeah, it feels like it's like representative of memories or
就可以释放了啊，和能量没有任何关系。
也就是说，这个终结技不需要能量，你们虚无是把它的能量槽给虚无掉了，是吧？
对对对，它黄泉就整个就没有能量了。
哦，那挺好。
Yeah, her memories do become clearer when she unsheathes the sword.
哦。
然后呢，就黄泉它的秘技啊也是非常特殊的，
Yeah.
可以想象一下，就你在探索过程中看到前面有只怪，然后黄泉啪一个秘技。
She just fucking nukes them? Dude, that's useful.
不用进入战斗了，就直接把怪消灭。
那奖励
啊，肯定有啊！
这么厉害的话，魔力宇宙里
Welcome back, Legacy. Hopefully you had
必须
fun.
能用啊，不然我们做它干什么？
哇，听起来挺牛的啊！
啊，那肯定。
那我请问
You can use it? Oh my god.
茶杯老师，对不起。
You can use it in Spiral and oh my god. Remember? Does it count in Memory of Chaos?
还真的挺强力的，有点超过我的预想了。
对，然后为了匹配这个角色呢，就能突出。
So can you just like skip half of Memory of Chaos? That would be so stupid.
在地图前面发现有好多小怪的时候啊，你用秘技，它可以连续点。 点完之后呢，它会使出一套丝滑的小连招，对。
Okay, so it doesn't work with boss monsters, I don't think.
我就特别想去大世界
Yeah, not elite. Got it.
试验一下这一些。
Okay, that's interesting. That would be so funny if you could just skip elites.
不太够用啦。
不用担心，我们在黄泉的秘籍中做了一点小小的优化。 啊，就是它的秘技在不击中敌人的时候是不会消耗。
Oh, that's very useful.
这么
Okay.
强烈的秘技在当初设计的时候，
Oh, okay. Point of order. Okay, maybe this is me overthinking it. However, okay, maybe the animations aren't clear enough for me to judge, but something I'm noticing, and this is a very inconsequential detail that I'm pointing out here, but the way she swings her sword here is indicative of a lot of weight. Look at how her follow-through stance is. Right there, that follow-through stance, like how her body is positioned, implies there's a lot of weight behind that sword. She's bracing herself and she's countering again, like how her body is positioned. It's really hard to explain without like demonstrating it. That's what you do when you have a very heavy weapon, a very heavy and very long weapon like a claymore or a big ass katana, right? Because they get pretty heavy pretty quick. So yeah, when you swing them, you have to kind of brace yourself because that momentum is going to go really quick, and you have to stop that momentum before the blade hits the floor. So that implies that there's actually weight behind that sword, which is maybe means something, but I don't know.
当初设计的时候有没有遇到一些问题？
当时就看，
战斗
可以打那个一些小怪，对吧？然后尤其是在那个魔女宇宙里面，那个打那个龙群，或者说打那个致谢的时候啊，大家一上来都会觉得那小怪特别强，特别难，对吧？对，黄泉可以直接去给他们消灭掉。有些同学会觉得就这样可能会干扰到玩家的一个正常的体验。但是呢，最后就是讨论下来，
that would be cool if that is what that symbolizes, but I don't know. Maybe it's just that's just kind of they picked that out with whoever they modeled the sword fighting off of.
不过关于这位黄泉啊，就是这位容貌相似的故人，我是聊了这么久，我一直有个问题想问，就。
And that's like not something that a lot of people are going to notice just because it's such a small detail, and I have done a lot of martial arts, so generally, like I haven't specifically been trained in anything sword fighting. The only weapon I was trained in was bow staff, but like still, I still generally know how it works. That's yeah.
看起来和黄泉的过去有千丝万缕的联系，那可能对于一些崩坏系列的老玩家而言，这对脚再熟悉不过了，对吧？但要提醒一下大家，回去仔细看看，那双脚是不一样的。对，
不一样。
是，其实早在开服之初就说过，那星穹铁道作为崩坏系列的
part of this whole Honkai universe.
然后它本身
Confirmation! Holy shit! Let's go! Okay. What are we getting? Its in is all-encompassing, full of all kinds of possibilities. We can encounter familiar faces in one different world after another. From that we can. That subtitle went by really quick. Okay, well, it was already confirmation, true. I always forget about that. I think a lot of people always forget about Welt. Maybe some heartwarming moments. Welt hasn't met Acheron, has he? No, he did. Never mind. How can you forget that it's always my turn, Giga Chat? I don't know, honestly.
属于崩坏 IP 自身的浪漫吧。不过，在这里也可以告诉大家，请不要有任何负担或者压力，因为无论对于
whether you're a longtime player of the Honkai
系
series
列的老玩家，还是一位新玩家，对于黄泉这个角色以及匹诺康尼的故事，以及我们在其中埋下的种种彩蛋也好，我们都会通过许多的设计，让它没有门槛、没有负担的可以轻易体会到这个乐趣。而如果你恰好比如说经历过崩坏3，那你可能会看到一些更让你感。
Whoa.
如果你恰好比如说经历过崩坏3。
You might uncover the little surprises we prepared for you. That might make your experience make you experience familiarity or nostalgia.
熟悉或者怀念的这样一些彩蛋内容，
会心一笑是吧？
对，是的。
With a knowing smile. Okay. So that's very interesting. I feel like that's very much a that's very much a statement towards their design philosophy. Like a big part of it is they want players of Honkai Star Rail to be able to enjoy Honkai Star Rail as itself. They don't need to know anything about Honkai Impact 3rd, but there are just kind of Easter eggs that you can find or implications, or playing Honkai Impact 3rd might enhance your experience a little bit, but you don't need to. Which is interesting, because I've always wondered if Honkai Star Rail, like the purpose of Honkai Star Rail is to like explain a lot of how Honkai Impact 3rd works, or like how some of the things in Honkai Impact 3rd works. Because like as far like Honkai Impact 3rd has been around for a long time, but we still, as far as I know, don't have a very clear idea of how anything fucking works. So like that's what I always thought that Star Rail is for, but I don't know, like that's make me begin to question that.
这次你能得到片刻欢愉、感动或者是快乐的话，也不妨与他人去分享你的喜悦，也是我们所乐见的一种结果。
哦，就好像是之前我们在2.0剧情上线的时候，看到大家已经有关于这方面的一些讨论了。
没错，是的。
哎，我看到他的待机动作里面还有一个吃桃子的动作。
吃桃子
是这个？
确定问的是你是想问吃桃子吗？
我当然想问的是他会不会做饭。嗯。
Was that an innuendo? Did they just make a fucking Okay.
对。
其实也就跟之前所说的一样嘛，就我觉得无论是做角色也好，还是做剧情 IP 内容也好
，More or less they try to explain a lot of times that it just gets complicated. Yeah.
什么东西，然后我们用一种更优雅、得体、想明白的方式，让它以最好的。
I also think that like largely it's kind of a point of Honkai Impact 3rd, where like Genshin is all about voyeurism. Star Rail, I haven't really clocked the major thematic through line. But with Honkai Impact 3rd, it very much feels like the thematic through line is not understanding. Kind of is it's very Lovecraftian in the sort of way where like the entire point of Honkai Impact 3rd is there is a threat and it's kind of unknowable. And you can't like yeah, it's just kind of beyond the grasp of everybody, but you still kind of have to fight it, right? That's very much the kind of the point of Honkai Impact 3rd. It's just cosmic horror. Yeah, it's pretty much Lovecraft plus quantum mechanics. But yeah, I'm very curious because like we've been in. Like, we've been in Genshin and obviously Honkai Impact long enough to be able to, like, figure out what their thematic through lines are. I haven't quite figured out what I think the Star Rail's thematic through line is. Like, the closest that we have is Kafka's saying, like, make a choice you won't regret. But, like, yeah, I need to put more thought into what Star Rails is, but it's just, yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Can she cook? For me is a reference to A. Well, so the interesting, so here's my favorite detail, right? In Honkai Impact 3rd, the only reason why Mei can cook is because either Kiana taught her or she was encouraged to learn because of Kiana. Because Kiana does not exist in Genshin, then there was nobody to encourage her to learn. And so that's why A in Genshin cannot cook. I don't think Kiana really cooks or even can. Yeah, that's very Kiana coded. That she is such a girl failure. I'm sorry. Also, isn't Kiana the sustainer? That's who the fuck knows. That's a discussion that discussion's been done to death. The answer is we don't know. There are a lot of similarities, but considering the fact that we saw the sustainer for 2 seconds at the beginning of the game, and then that was it. The only thing that we have to go off of is design similarities. Is Robin Kiana? Now we're asking the questions. No. So, I don't know. The Star Rail Kiana? Well, there's also the possibility that there are multiple Kianas in Star Rail. Because, Star Rail, we're hopping between universes. Sprite thought we are all Kiana. Fucking Madoka Magica ass. Madoka is everything now. Like, Kiana has become everything. I need a Kiana XP so badly. Yeah, that'll be interesting if we ever get those. But like, I can kind of see Robin is very like Robin is weird to me. I'm very curious to see more of her, because the symbolic importance of her is crazy. Kiana is such a Mary Sue. I don't think so. But I think that's more of a disagreement as to what a Mary Sue is than what she is. But like, yeah, so Robin is, she's so weird to me because she's screaming, "I am important." Aside, like, even before she fucking died, she was like, her entire design to me screamed, "I am important," because, she's kind of like a siren in a way. She's a very, one, her glitching voice, but two, like, this whole concept of she is a beauty and a singer, and this and she's pretty much being kind of this poster child for the banquet, right? A lot of people are coming just to see Robin, and so, but also she has angel trumpets on her halo. She glitches. Her song is like a major cornerstone of the chapter, and the fact that her name is Robin is huge, at least to me. Maybe it's because like I'm going to Lulu and I'm drawing so many connections between this and Sula, but robins are a very symbolic bird, so like there is something there to, like, it's just implied that she has a lot going on with her. Did you see that Robin has 2 VAs? Yeah, one, she has a singer and Alice Amora. I forget who her singing voice is, but yeah, I mean that's not unprecedented. The opera singer in Genshin, she has 2 VAs. Per spoke, yeah, Yunjin. That's it. Thank you. How did I forget fucking Yunjin's name? But yeah, so yeah, and she's in a fucking cage. Like it's crazy how much her like all of her symbolism is kind of like putting aside the fact that she's dead. It very much screams that she's important. I don't know to what extent like she would be. I definitely don't think she's like a Kiana, but there is a very there's a lot of symbolism going on with her, which is very interesting.
呈现出来。那对于玩家感兴趣的种种，比方说皇群本名不详，那他真名究竟为何物？他是否会料理这件事情？他现在如今身处于怎样的状态？
And so the reason why, looping back to what we were saying, the reason why they ask the can she cook thing is if she can, then that implies the existence of Kiana. Is pretty much what this boils down to. So if Acheron is capable of cooking, then that implies that she at some point had a reason to learn, which implies that a Kiana existed in her life.
甚至当黄泉出现在当时就是GJ 手包 PV 的这个背影昙花一现的时候，就有人非常期待他和瓦尔特的会面。这些内容都会在 2.1 以及之后的剧情当中逐步向。
So wait, did no Acheron never? That was Black Swan that he met with. He never met with Acheron.
一段小小的冒险吧。
超级期待。
哎，最后做个总结吧。就黄泉，无论剧情层面还是战斗层面，都是该怎么说，在他身上尝试的种种，其实也为星球铁道探索了更多的可能性，可以应用于我们之后更多内容这样创作，可以说是留下了非常多开创性的这样一点吧。作为匹诺康尼故事的主要角色之一，在 2.1 版本之后，在 2.2、2.3当中也同样会有大量他的精彩表现，敬请期待。
黄泉这个角色在过去的1年里面，真的是陪伴了我们很长很长的时间。但是对于玩家来说，他其实是一个崭新的角色，他有许多的故事在未来将会展开。所以在接下来的一段时间里，我们
read the lore for Pioneer Diver Dead Waters. Is that the new? Wow, that's art. Holy shit.
时间里，我们为各位准备了以黄泉为主角的。
Holy fuck. That the new relic set? Okay. Because I know that there was a new book in Genshin that has a bunch of stuff. Oh no, yes, I have. Yes, it's that one. It's the relic set. Yep. I have read that.
千星际游 PV 角色 PV， 还有一段动画短片。
动画短片里面还会有位神秘嘉宾，
对，是字面意义上的神秘嘉宾，
共舞一曲。
是的，那我们接下来请欣赏动画短片的预告。
Everyone has a past, and the past shapes the present. My gaze has lingered on her for quite a while.
Hi, Black Swan.
Tonight I initiate our first engagement. How about a dance? Excuse me.
And I thought the dance with Senadine was gay. Holy shit. And it's a tango too, which is crazy because that is such a romantic dance. Oh my god, in every universe, Acheron is gay.
Are you asking me?
看完这个预告以后，
Yeah, when do we get the full
是
one?
迫不及待的想看到它的成片啊！那请大家和我们一起期待着它的正式上线吧。下一位角色，我们来聊。
When is it out? Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm pulling this up to watch for later because it's in English. Probably the audio is better. A fanfic writers are gonna go crazy. Oh hell yeah, they are. Holy shit. Aventurine called Adventure Time. I love that. They're both lemonies. Sure. Okay. That was gorgeous though. Hold on. I'm gonna rewatch that because I will be released soon.
Okay.
我们接下来请欣赏动画短片的预告。
Everyone has a past, and the past shapes the present. My gaze
It's hard to do this backwards.
has
You should
lingered
try
on
it
her for
in
quite a
heels.
while.
She cheated. She cheated. Morian cheated. Fucking cheated. Senadino's dancing. Yeah, I started chapter 2 or part 2. I did a little bit. I got a little bit into yeah, I think I'm like an hour and a half or like 2 hours ish into part 2.
Tonight, I initiate our first engagement. How
Oh my god, it's so gay. Holy shit. She said she had a dance with Black Swan in the red text. You didn't get that in the replay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So this has already happened.
about a dance? Excuse me. Are you asking?
Who is this? That's not Acheron. Is that Acheron? Don't leave room for Jesus. They need to kiss. I don't know. Is that Black Swan? Oh, it is. Yeah, okay. That's the eye of the... Is that Acheron's eye? Yeah, I was thinking that was something unto death because, like, it reminds me of that. But it looks like it's actually somebody's eye because you can see their eyelid over here. Like, you can see the eyelid and the mascara, and, like, you know, the white of the eye. So it is somebody's eye. I don't know if it's Acheron. I'm too lazy to go check. Yeah, it might be Acheron's eye, but, like, I find it really interesting that Black Swan is there. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see the yeah, the clothing, like the detail, the clothing around her chest and shit. It's just in the red light is really hard to catch her. But what is happening?
Asking me.
看完这个预告以后，的确是迫不及待的。
Are you asking a dance? Our first engagement.
This is so gay, dude. Holy shit. My gaze has lingered on her for quite a while.
Her for quite a while. Tonight,
With a dance.
无一许是的。那我们接下来请欣赏动画短片的预告。
Everyone has a past, and the past shapes the present.
That's interesting because that's contradictory to what we've been shown.
My gaze has lingered on her
Kiana found crying in a corner.
for quite a while.
Kiana found dead.
Tonight, I initiate.
It's okay.
Our first
I need to
engagement.
continue because I'm gonna just I want
How
this to
about
come
a
out
dance?
so badly. Is Black Swan Kiana? No, maybe. That wouldn't make sense. Aside from the white hair, she has no design similarities.
Excuse me. Are you asking me?
看完这个预告以后，的确
Like
是
yeah,
迫不及待地想
aside
看到他们的
from
成片啊
yeah,
请
no
大
way
家和
BS
我
is
们一起
Kiana.
期待
I don't
它
think so.
的正式
There
上线
there
吧
are no other
下一位角色，我们来
design
聊聊沙金吧。在2.0的故事中
Okay,
我
that's a
感觉
that's a fair
沙金
point.
在
Like
多次对开拓者进行一些试探，甚至会觉得他们有在刻意安排一些接触，然后感觉他的目的是为了和我们达成合作，所以他到底是一个怎么样的人呢？
沙丁这个角色受到的关注度也是很高的。
You have to remember though, Hikaru, there are multiple universes here at play, so there are
站在一个偏
possibly multiple Kianas. Acheron's Kiana may have died. She probably did. But that doesn't mean that there isn't another Kiana XP.
正式的回复，然后根据版本 PV 也肉眼可见，在红线之外，他也是2.1版本主线的一位重要角色。谭英这个角色能讲的东西，我感觉还蛮多的嘛。
Yeah, in context to Acheron, yeah, Acheron's Kiana is probably dead, but that doesn't mean that there isn't another Acheron out there or another Kiana out there. Okay, imaginary
我们回到最初
preservation.
设计他的时候，也是将近要1年
I'm very
前了
curious as to what he does.
成员也就是托帕，而沙金也和他同属于一个组织，就是战略投资部的实心实人。但是相比托帕而言，他的行事手段也好，
Yeah, exactly. There are two
气场也
Branyas,
好
so
和托帕那样子一种公事公办当中带一点善意的，其实并不相一样。沙金更多透露出来一种，其实你捉摸不透。你也并不能说他是完全的恶人，但也绝对称不上是什么善类。对，他好像在良知和手段之间，四处的做徘徊。但更令人捉摸不透的是，他浮夸的外表下面到底心中拥有一个怎样的自我，这件事情是比较耐人寻味的。那此次其实也明显看得出来，就是沙金是怀着一个比较强烈的目的来到匹诺康尼的嘛，所以 很显然，在接下来剧情当中，他也会成为一个比较强的推力，并且他的人设显然也是那种，为了
You're talking about Welt's universe, isn't that sealed off from the Star Rail universe? So, okay, so here's how this works. For some reason, so all of Hoyoverse's games take place on the imaginary tree. In order to go from one universe to another on the imaginary tree, you have to somehow traverse the space in between, which is very not trivial. It's very difficult to do. So, like, Honkai Impact Third's universe is on the imaginary works functionally the same as it does as like Bellabog's universe. But the problem is, for like, there isn't a way of traversing the space in between that's very easy. Welts and Void Archives figured out a way to just dip out. They found a way of moving to another universe, which is how Welt got picked up. By like, yeah, that's how Welt found his way onto the Astral Express. And the Astral Express in other major nations use the power of eons to traverse that space. But because for some reason Honkai's universe doesn't have eons, or Honkai Impact Third doesn't have eons present for some reason, we still don't know why that is the case. It's very hard to travel outside of that bubble universe. Alice is a different deal, because we don't know if Alice can move like that. Homo made some videos about that. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I base my understanding of this on, is Homo's videos, because those are incredible. But yeah, that's kind of how I've synthesized how this universe works. So in some ways, every universe is locked off from everything else, but there are some ways that you can navigate to others. There are back doors, pretty much. But like okay, what's weird Yeah, like we don't know if Alice can change, can like go to other universes. She's weird, but I don't know if she's that weird. And also, Genshin is a strange case. Like Genshin is even stranger than Honkai Impact 3rd. But my roommate said you have a nice voice. Thank you. Yeah, but like, yeah, Genshin's a very strange case. We don't know if she even if or like by what means you can or cannot leave Genshin's universe. That's an entirely different thing.
达成目的可以无所不用其极。
Stranger than HI3, yeah. Well, because you have to think, right? So HI3 is weird because it doesn't have eons. Honkai Star Rail implies that all of the imaginary tree is under the guise of eons. So like eons are like the highest power there is. But they don't manifest in Honkai Impact 3rd for some reason, which is weird. Genshin is weirder because nothing about it follows the rules of the imaginary tree for some reason. There's just something about Genshin's universe that breaks all of the rules. But we know that it exists in the same universe by proxy, right? Because if Honkai Impact 3rd exists in the same universe as Honkai Star Rail, and we know that Genshin exists in the same universe as Honkai Impact 3rd because of that picture of Dvalin that we had on, I think, Otto's like screen at some point, right? That all three of them exist in the same universe. It's just we have no fucking idea how Genshin relates to the imaginary tree, because there are so many aspects of how Genshin operates and how Teyvat operates that contradict or don't follow the rules that Honkai Impact 3rd or Honkai Star Rail work by. The very least of which being that there are no eons. It's probably not correct, but my theory is that the primordial one was an eon. I don't think that. Teyvat is sealed from the rest of the universe by the primordial one. It's pretty much up to interpretation. I think that is, yes, correct, Rika, but the question is how. Like, what's the mechanic? Like, what's the mechanism that allowed the primordial one to seal Teyvat off? Right? My personal interpretation is that we're just kind of a fucking twig floating like beside the imaginary tree. And there was kind of there's a side quest in HSR in 2.0 that implies the existence of the imaginary forest. So yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Replicate the imaginary tree for some reason. That's okay. Here's where my theory on this comes in, Lightbringer. I talk about this all the time, and I talk about this all the time on stream. The concept that the Earman soul is a very small twig that was broken off of the imaginary tree, which allows it to just kind of float, not connected to it. So that's what I think Earman soul is a little twig of the imaginary tree that got broken off, and that's used as the foundation on which Teyvat is built. Well, the Traveler used to be nameless. I've seen that theory actually quite a bit. It would be neat.
对常人来说比较难以想象的事物压到这个牌桌上面，然后只是为了为自己最后赢得所有的筹码，然后所有或者一无所有。
其实沙金这个角色，就是刚才少基老师讲到的，其实是一些相对深层的设定。如果我们只是去看他的一个外表的话，其实你会发现他是一个非常典型的那种阔少公子，就是这样的一个刻板印象。对，
没错。2.0剧情当中对他有个比喻叫小孔雀。
对，就是他打扮的就像一只花枝招展的孔雀。
He dresses up like a fancy princeling. Oh my god. What a way of describing it. He dresses up like a flashy princeling. Oh my god！
它很精致，非常的注重仪表，然后会穿一些比较贵气的行头。
还有一些小细节，比方说他非常在意自己的衣服会不会被雨打湿，所以梦里没有雨这件事情，他还
We were keeping to ourselves with our consciousness or us? I don't remember
好像前面
doing
有一个
Great
下雨
Quest.
的呢。
这其实各位应该也能看出来了，这里是有一些互相
会发生什么事呢？好好奇啊！
那这个就留待各位玩家在接下来的剧情里面去自行探索。然后其实刚才说了这么多，总归到一点，就是沙金这个人是非常渴望拥有财富的，他的所作所为。
Oh, so the gay part wasn't the really important part of live stream? Okay.
他去挥霍财富，就完全能够看出来这个人对于财富有一种可以说是近乎病态的执着。在他的那个视角看来，就是有这样一个信条叫风险越高回报越高，所以他也是通过这样一种铤而走险的方式去积累了这样一个大量财富。
We also have to think, Hikaru, right?
其实各位
You have to remember
直接的看出来
that
它的一个视觉元素里面
the imaginary tree is entirely an abstraction
盖统学的特别好
that allows humanity to like visualize what it is. It's not an actual tree.
也许对他而言，人生就是一场漫无止境的这样一种风险游戏，但
It's a much more abstract
一
concept.
直会胜利，一直会获得这样的一个最终的赢家这样的一个，
就很难想象和这样的人交朋友是一种怎样的体验，你也很难说自己是不是真的对他而言，朋友到底是什么东西？其实这个东西也比较难以言明，就更加让人好奇。在接下
Yeah,
来的
we
故事
have been streaming for 2 hours and I'm 30 minutes in.
开拓者和沙金之间的关系会走向何方了？
和他交
Okay,
朋友
let's.
不知道怎么想象，我可以想象到，
无论是在你买
这样的
爱好者，但是却踏上了存户命途，的确很有意
There's
思。
a Q&A section
那
here.
让
Oh,
我们来
okay.
一起看看他
Ooh,
战斗时
okay.
候的表现吧。
沙金它最大的特色呢，就是释放
If
战绩
if
可以给
Erminsul
全
is
队
a
造成
is a
一种可以
chunk
叠加的
is a
特殊
little
部队
twig
然后
of the
呢当
imaginary
你的
tree,
队友
then
带
that
着
would mean that
可
it's
以
also
叠加
not
特殊
like
部队上
actually
攻击
a
的时候
tree or a
会为
twig.
沙
It's
金
just
去累积一种叫
it's a thing that
盲注的一个冲
we
点当
abstract
盲注
into
冲点
being a
它达到几点数之后呢，沙金它就会触发
into
追加
being a
攻击
tree.
了啊，
Anyways
同时它的追加攻击可以再次为我方
Follow up
全
attacks
体上装可以叠加的护盾
带着盾挨打，可以就打出追击
啊，，对，
然后追加攻击又能够
Oh
截
shit.
盾
Okay.
套娃是吧？
Oh, he'd go
这
crazy
个
with
男
the
人他
elation.
出手
Holy
前也让人
shit.
很有安全感。沙金的终结技呢，它可以使他获得一定随机点数的盲注，并且对指定敌方单体造成伤害。同时，他的终结技还能使敌方陷入负面状态。然后呢，我方所有的人攻击此状态的目标时候呢，就可以造成暴击伤害提高。使用秘技之后呢，
So
全队
he's also like a
都有概率
buffer.
获得不同强度的防御力提升。
看到这些技能画面以后，我就一个感
He
想。
shields, he does
这些
damage, he
金钱和
buffs.
筹码别拿它去砸那些怪，来砸我呀！
Adventuring QQ gambling team. Oh
接
yeah.
下来以后，我就感觉沙金的技能里面有一些随机的属性，然后这个当初是怎么想的设计的呢？
Okay, so he's just bloated as hell.
其实
Got
沙
it.
金这个角色
概率学的很好。
其实设定里面沙金是不包含
It makes a
能
lot
产
of
生这个元素的
sense,
但是后来呢，
没有办法做闪避的
but like
时候
also that's very
我们就转向了 BOSS。
that's very stupid.
那 BOSS 能做闪避吗？那当然也不行了。最后做出来发现，就闪避这个东西放到一个怪物身上，可能就是一个蠢蠢的。
负面体验嘛，你想象一下，对我一个满拐的苍龙，闪避了。
无敌，然后打出一连串的 miss。但无论如何，就是你说到了一点，就是在2.1版本当中，沙金会和开拓者同样进行一场切磋。所以我们在2.1版本会看到这么一
Oh,
名
that's so
就是
cool.
boss 怪物。
Holy
它名
shit,
叫
that's so
食星食人
cool.
诡异沙金，也可以看到他的形象其实是和我们的角色
He's fighting himself.
为什么沙金会展露出这样的形象？又是以何种理由他和开拓者进行一场友好的这样一种胜负游戏？对，
友好的游戏
对这场游戏的结果
Want to implement dodging as a main mechanic?
至于
Oh, that's
2.1
neat.
2.1的剧情中进行交代，还请大家敬请期待。
我怎么感觉我们总是和我们那些好朋友要打一场啊？那你就告诉我。
Yeah, that is a very
就
that is a
还是
very
他会
foul
去
legacy
和
style.
玩家进行一个叫比大小、比点数的这么一个环节啊，就毕竟他是一个就擅长概率游戏的人嘛，对。
哦， 比大小，那我方获得这个点
So
数
his
是
boss
随
fight
机
is
的，还是
literally
我没有
you
办
have
法
to
去
play
进行一
blackjack
些
against
控制
him. That's actually cool as
实际上
hell.
呢就是沙丁他会投掷出2个或者
That is
多个
really
骰子
sweet,
在场上
actually.
对当你攻击了骰子之后呢，你就会获得一个随机的点数了。当你的点数比沙丁大的时候
That's
你
cool
就会
as
赢得这
fuck.
场游戏，并且你可以获得一些
No
对应
way.
沙丁就会用筹码语揍我们一顿了。所以呢，就是说我输呢，
战斗。
就最后的游戏感慨吧。
I feel like there's got to be a
我觉得
way
作为
to
一个民一定
there's got to be a way to like brute force him. So because if you don't win the blackjack, then you
一
know.
切都在他的计划之中。
毕竟是擅长这种概率游戏的。
三安官加拉赫，这位看起来似乎
Okay,
是
I'm
一个
interesting about
有些
Gallagher.
不修边幅的大叔，看起来其实挺能打的，但却是一个丰
He's
饶民族的
abundant.
战斗的角色。他总不能是揍我一拳给我加血吧？可以向我们介绍一下这位角色吗？
加拉赫，匹诺康尼唯一直系的视频里面，你甚至都找不到这个人，因为在我看来，加拉赫就是很普通、很朴素吧，一个最为典型的
Totally not suspicious hot man, yeah.
治安官兢兢业业的，做好自己的职责，身上没有任何可疑的地方。就包括你看，就我们前2个角色，那又是全息，又是这地板的，然后把我闪到。
Yeah,
加拉赫就是很朴实无华，很给人安心。
He's a bartender. He's the head of the brute force.
角色。
He's just
他擅长，诸如说就是调制汽水。
he knows everything pretty much. I'm honestly surprised he's not fucking erudition.
也会随身携带一些就是有止痛功能的这样一种液体饮料。
Because like there's nothing he doesn't know. I feel like I really want a Kevin in HSR.
在街头巷尾都
Maybe.
看见有人在讨论。
Honestly, I would not be surprised if we do get that eventually.
角落出现，然后但是会出现在每一个地方，然后守护着这座小巷的和平，一种暗夜英雄的感觉。
关于他的那个小爱好其实最初我们想调的是另外一种小麦饮品了。
哪种小麦饮品？不会是贝洛伯格那种吧？
格瓦斯是吧？
格瓦斯。
哎呀，其实就是调酒师了，但它的许多概念确实是从调酒这个
Cultural mixology, clearly.
它信奉名字也都是鸡尾酒的名字，但本身因为是
His idol has their name of cocktails. That's awesome.
然后就觉得说这样一个中年很有故事的中年大叔，然后好像饱经过人生的沧桑，但是就你坐在马路牙子边上，然后他蹲在你边上，然后给你
Yeah, I know. I noticed the fucking dog statue. That's so stupid.
对，然后又会有一种童真，然后又会有一种荒诞，然后
而且很匹诺康尼，
没错，
那加拉赫其实我们刚才聊了很多他调饮师的一面，但总的来说，他表面上就是最明显的一个身份还是猎犬家系的治安官。作为这样一个忠心耿耿的猎犬，自然也是在故事中担任着保护外宾安全的这样的一个角色。
猎犬家系保护。
Which can I just say, the Bloodhound family is so weird because it doesn't fit in with the other families. All the families are named after like a plant of some sort, except for Bloodhound.
警探角色，然后和猎车组一起同行去揭开这桩匹诺康尼悬案。你怎么知道他之前
Gallagher is kind of a Walmart locha, like dollar store
你
locha.
看他靠不靠谱，需要长期的观察，对吧？你不能
Interesting.
上来就
Yeah, because they did say he gives a little bit of healing.
拥有保护我方的一些
Which yeah, it's a single target heal.
战绩可以指定我方单体恢复生命值。你看他很能打，对吧？所以他终结技呢，我们不是回复了我们会使敌方全体陷入一个特殊的负面状态，对敌方全体造成伤害。当我方的队友也好，自己也好，攻击陷入特殊的负面状态的目标时呢，就能回复一定生命值了。他的那个秘技
Okay, no, so it's just locha. Okay.
进入战斗之后，会使敌方全体陷入这种特殊负面状态。
还能有什么故事吗？
加拉赫身上有没有故事不知道，但总感觉邵基老师你在演示其他角色的神秘故事
有没有可能我说加拉赫没有什么故事的时候，有人就会觉得他身上有故事，但最后他身上真的没有故事，这就是一种反转。
太
我预判了你的预判是吧？
我觉得匹诺康尼的大多数角色都是很真诚的，其中也包括我。就有秘密和说谎，我觉得不能划等号，是两回事。
He has a very guarded past, is what I'm getting from this.
藏着是一颗无比赤诚的心。那这句话也送给我们今天的3位角色。那他们虽然可能有秘密，但是有秘密和 真诚。
And he's pretty much just
带有真诚的秘密。
那了解完3位角色
Yeah,
以后呢
Enigmata
接下来
almost.
我们还是来看看2.1的 UP 角色以及光追的一些信息吧。在上半版本的跃迁活动中，开拓者可以在
Acheron
卡池中获取
first.
限定5星角色黄泉与限定光追
That is a
行为流
cool
逝的
fucking light cone. That is a dope light cone.
4星角色加拉赫也会加入本期跃迁。那么在下半版本中，则可以获取限定5星角色沙金和限定光追命运
Oh,
从
two
未公平。
Landaos on the
同
same
时在
banner.
2.1
That's
版本前段
adorable.
限定5星角色罗刹与光追关
Okay, Acheron and Luocha.
的回响获取概率将提
Interesting.
升。后段跃迁活动中，限定
And
5星角色
Jingliu,
限流和光追
okay.
此生为剑的获取率将会提升。此外，
你
在跃迁的卡池中，我们还新增了4星
Concert for 2. Wait. Is that Child Robin? Okay, no, that okay. Cause yeah, no, that is. I was it's very hard to like my perception of her is very hard to tell if she's like a child, supposed to be a child or not, but she is. Because I was very concerned. I was like, is that adult Robin and Child Sunday? What the fuck is going on? It's just
存护光追。
yeah, it does kind of remind me of
看起
adult
来那个是
Robin.
小时候的星期日啊。
没错
'Cause we get no
这里
visual
确实
cues
是
that she's a
小时候的
child.
星期日和知更鸟，而这位
Or
哥哥
very
正在
few
为
visual
妹妹
cues
的
that she's a
表演加油
child. I was like,
非常温馨的画
adult
面。
Robin and
是好，那我们就先休息一下。
and
接
Child
下来
what?
还会
Okay.
有非常精彩的2.1版本活动。
来导播放第二。
Dungeon code 8.
关于2.1的新场景，还有一些
I'm not too fussed. Okay, hold on.
不如我们先一起看看吧。
Hey there, folks beyond the screen. Welcome to Clock Studios HQ. It's me, Clocky's trusty, valuable spheroid racer in the history of Penacony. Show you the brand spanking. Located in Penacony's golden hour, Clock Studios theme park is centered around the beloved
Okay,
animated icon.
Clocky theme park and some pavilion owned by Sunday. Got it. And then a bunch of
常规的品诺康尼宾客或者是逐梦
events.
客，
A drink making one.
制作经梦。
回忆无污染版赤诚燃魂整合
More. Oh, pixel art
没关系，我们还有
Stella.
更长的。来，
New planner
其
ornaments.
实我一直很想了解一下魔女宇宙在未来
Am I crazy? Is that Max Middleman? I don't know. I
会
didn't
有
listen
些
enough.
更新方向可以向
我们游戏里
饰品无主荒星磁钢尼亚是一套适用于长线对
Izumo Gensei in Takama Divine Realm. Oh my God. Okay, so
对群的战斗输出套装，而出云显示与高天
suitable for sustained is what she said. Sigonia the Unclaimed Desolation is a
是
DPS
一套适用于
set.
长线对群的战
Suitable for prolonged battles against multiple enemy waves.
斗
Okay.
输出套装，
That's
而
neat.
出云
Yeah, no, that's definitely Acheron and Aventurine. That is very yeah, because like you have that they have that split, right? The very red and the very colorful.
显示与高天神国
我们的战斗搭，
组内存在同命图角色时，给装备者额外的争议。
相信我们的战斗搭配会更加灵活。其实我一直很想
Okay, Q&A. Before we get to the Q&A, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast. I will be right back, and then the last stretch, the big stretch. Okay, give me a second. Alrighty. Sweet. Okay. Let us get into it. I have been informed that fucking zombies got to my villagers somehow, which I will have to fix after stream. Anyways. Okay. Let's get back into it. Okay, so Q&A apparently.
那么也再次欢迎汉子和烧鸡老师。然后还有一位新同学来给大家打个招呼吧。
大家好，我是星穹铁道的世界设计 TT。
欢迎 TT。上。从去年的4月份星穹铁道公测至今，还有1个月就马上到我们的1岁生日。在这1年的时间中，
don't worry, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna watch all of it.
黑塔空间站、贝洛伯格、仙州、匹诺康尼的开拓之旅。这趟旅程不仅承载着探索和勇气，更有很多美好的回忆。那么我们2.0版本匹诺康尼的故事也已经度过了1个版本，对于我们的开拓之旅这段故事是一个新的起点，几位有什么感想吗？
要说感想的话，其实匹诺康尼，如果我没记错，真正开始做应该是启动是22年10月11月左右，
特别的早。
是，可能对于大家而言，它是一个就是近在眼前的这样一个就新内容，但对我们而言，其实相当于说，可能23年一整年都是专注于其中。再回首那个时候最早的，比方说一些早期的设定，然后看到一些很久以前没有落地的概念。
This set is fucking incredible. I'm also realizing.
你还记得？筑梦边境最早叫什么名字？
我还记得筑梦边境最早叫南京西路。
为什么叫南京西路？
对，就它开发代号叫南西，是一个非常有，那个就是匹诺康尼味儿的名字，对吧？
是。
对，它但是全称其实是叫南京西路，因为那个时候对 它是第一个用匹诺康尼城镇，然后用那个氛围，然后去搭建的这样一个迷宫场景，然后最初锚定的可能主题是商业街。这个其实就是在几个月的过程当中，慢慢不断迭代发生变化，然后现在又有了如今的筑梦谣言，又有了后面的影业东家族和筑梦师，然后慢慢的把现在的筑梦边境变成了一个梦境线小暑假的这样一个概念。因为作为一个体量如此之大的游戏吧，可以说
I have not. This is actually just kind of fascinating. I'm sorry, I'm like not talking. This is just interesting to watch.
将剧情、关卡、美术、战斗等多个维度的设计以创新一起放入进来，所以这过程永远是一个相辅相成的共同创作。那大家从各自起点出发，在某一个点交汇，然后又把彼此的想法添砖加瓦，然后建设到共同的一个内容上面来。然后可能至于我们最早就是提出了一个场景的概念以及一个剧情的发展的大纲，然后看着它被搭建成一个骨架，然后又慢慢的变得相对
this is genuinely fascinating.
堂皇变成了现在的
Like I will say this is very interesting.
充满回忆又令人倍感欣慰并感到愉快的事情吧，这就是做游戏的魅力。
相信2年前的那个时候，如果能够看到现在的匹诺康尼的话，其实应该是一个非常充满着期待和憧憬的感觉。
所谓的旅途都是一步一个脚印走起来的，银轨也是一块块枕木堆叠起来的。
Yeah, it's very interesting that like I'm very glad that they do this, that they're doing this, and just kind of giving us info. Just because like it's just it's always refreshing to hear
每个版本啊
the artists
都会有一个
like input on the stuff that they create.
练度的一张总表啊，然后里面会包含你的一些等级信息啊。
Because like that's one thing that I hate about
版本每天
like really big video games
然后你的
is the artistry is just kind of dead from it. So stuff like this reminds me like, oh yeah, there are people behind this.
表上看得特别的清楚。
这个表会发在哪里？
这东西每个版本都会更新一次，然后更新时还会附带一句话叫"妖诸位共赏"。
妖诸位共赏。
所以是练度共赏是吧？
对，练度共赏。
那你们有没有看到过什么比较奇怪的数字上面？
是这样的。我记得在某一个版本里面，我看到有一位同学，他的日均体力消耗好像是700多。看到的时候直接整个人震惊了。700多，他是怎么办到的？
有点怀疑他上班在干嘛。
工作量有点不好喝。
我这边可以跟大家分享一个，就是我们在制作，大家应该也都玩到了，就是2.0版本的这个钟表把戏。那其实我们做这个玩法的初衷，就是我们来到匹诺康尼，那我们有了黄金的时刻这样一个非常大的一个城市和舞台。那我们希望做的一件事情就是激励玩家们，激励大家在这个城市中进行更多的探索。我们就想
what a whale, 700 trailers power.
那最后我们经过了多次的迭代之后，我们最后得到的方案就是苦一苦我们的任务和文案同学，我们最后给我们的城市里面的不止城市里面啊，整个梦境所有的迷宫里面的常驻的 NPC 全部都给配套了4种情绪，并且每个人都有4套情绪配合4套完全不同的表演和台词。
Yeah, 700 a day is stupid on average too. So some days he was spending more.
还有一个就4种情绪的苏尔达广告歌是吧？
是的，这个是我们也很开心看到大家对他的反馈是非常正面的啊。那其实这整
特别好，
是
下个事情别做了。
可以看到。这都是血与泪的结果，所以大家其实
$10 per day with max refreshes. That's insane.
NPC 他在给我们东西的时候是悲伤的情绪，那其实很可能他也反映了我们一些工作人员
真情实感，是吧？
真情实感，对。那这个整个综上所述，这个工作量其实是非常巨大的，甚至可能是超出了一些我们的想象的。但是看到了版本上线之后，大家确确实实在这个主城中和 NPC 交互的时候，去调整他们心情的过程中，确实取得了一些正面的反馈。
His salary went right back into company circulation. That is hilarious.
来说还是非常开心，感觉非常有成就感。
That's called money laundering.
我觉得当时做出这样的创新的决定也是正确的。那
What's the dirty money then?
虽然未必再是钟表把戏了，但可能也一定会去寻找独属于他的那样一个新鲜的事物吧。
下一个世界我们就该去迫害一下其他的部门。
看看还有什么新花样是吗？那么了解了很多的幕后故事以后呢，其实在开拓之旅的快满1周年之际，我们也一直关注着开拓者们提出一些问题，正好也借今天这个机会来问几位，回答几位。不过呢，为了保证这些问题的答案的真实性，我们也为大家准备了一些小道具。
Prepared some props.
什么小道具？
这个环节呢，我们其实之前我们其实在之前是偷偷向你们瞒住了这个事儿的。其实我们给大家准备了一份心跳检测仪，来，请夹在自己的手指头上。
Blood pressure monitors。
我手指会被夹断吗？
不会，也许你说谎以后就会哦。
我感觉我的心跳已经超过120。
这不是那谁吗？那个前2天刚发的角色卡的那个人。
那我应该这样。
Love that。
那既然各位老师都已经带好了以后，那我们就准备开始吧。我现在已经可以看到各位老师的心跳了。那我们接下来第一个问题：魔女宇宙刷位面视频太痛苦了，会优化吗？那要么这个问题汉子老师回答一下。
刚刚其实那个伦元老师也已经做了一些小介绍了嘛，然后既然问到的话
It's at the bottom right, dude. That's awesome.
你不要一直看心跳啊。
我们确实也觉得目前的那个魔女
There's literally an episode of Heartstop or of Game Changer, Heartstopper, Game Changer about this.
我们会优化一些快速
It is the I love Game Changer.
已经有计划了。
There was they did an episode of Game Changer where for every event you're
其实好多人都很
hold on, okay. Every event that happened on the game show, their heart rate was not allowed to change by, I think it was like 15 BPM above their resting heart rate. It's actually really funny. Okay, anyways, when will March 7th transform? The most important question.
我们的小3月什么时候能够变个身给大家看看？小杰老师，
我吗？OK， 行啊，这个问题很好回答，有什么不能回答的？对，那3月7作为列车组的一员，同时也是这个游戏的看板娘，当然一直以来都是备受关注的。而她的身世似乎也预示着3月7身上会有
seems to suggest seems my ass. The entire point is that she has stuff that she doesn't know, dude. Oh my god.
非常大的故事。
It is heart rate technically. I guess there's also heart rate monitor in the things.
那本身的话，我们会认为不介意把这个过程拉得更漫长一些，但对于喜爱3月7的各位玩家而言呢，可能当下会有一个很不错的好消息。是否还记得我们游戏内有这么一个系统是独属于开拓者的，就是踏上命途。对，然后因为星穹铁道一直以来也在做类似的更多关于 RPG 这方面的新的尝试和探索，我们也认为列车组的成员对于这个游戏而言是一种非常特殊的存在，所以我们在24年也打算去尝试做这么一个新的东西，就是对于3月7而言，它也会有类似踏上命途的这样一个独属于。
Whoa. Also, yeah, that's confirmation that we get new March this year. We have a timeline, y'all. We have a fucking timeline for March. Yes. Okay. March 8th coming 2024 confirmed. Oh my god, that makes me really happy to know that it's happening, and 2, it's happening this year. Which is crazy.
他自己的系统，但他的概念可能就并非是踏上新的命途，而是留下回忆。对于这位并不知晓自己从何而来的少女，如今开拓旅途当中，随着
Yeah, so that pretty much that right there just confirms remembrance. Like, holy shit, dude, my guy. For this girl who doesn't know where she came from, she's creating her own memories in different places and gaining strength through those memories. She's literally just remembrance, dude. Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy that we get March. And maybe that means that we don't have to pull for her. Do we just get her? Or is it kind of like a battle suit thing in like Honkai Impact 3rd? That's kind of what Danheng was. Yeah, do we just get her through story? That would be so fun if we got her through story. I think eventually they will make a 5-star march, but that's gonna be like way down the road. Imagine her new names become a date. I know. I like. She'll definitely stay March 7th, and like I think a major part of her, I think a major part of her character is that she is March 7th, and that's like whatever she was in the past doesn't matter anymore. But like, yeah, yeah, something like that. 5-star March will be like when she regains all of her memories, or yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, so I definitely think we'll get a 5-star March, but right now it seems like there's just like you switch how her gameplay works the further into the story you get.
各个不同的地方留下自己的回忆，然后通过这些回忆汲取力量。那期待着他在未来某一天，他与过去创造这种回忆，能够将他推向崭新的未来吧。
唉，心跳太平稳了，就怎么就弄不出点
？He's such a sly little like smug little asshole. I hate I love him. He's a phenomenal writer, right? He's an incredible writer. Yeah, that's kind of what that's what I'm thinking, right? Is he said like similar to the Trailblazer. So what if you can wouldn't it be really cool if you could mix and match how her kit works? Like you can slot in what memories you want to use, and that would just like change how her kit works in game. That would be so cool. It's like more modular. But yeah, no, Shaoji is like I love him. He's an incredible writer, but also he is such a little shit. It's so funny. Yeah, modular March 7th.
不过这个问题我觉得应该还行。请问，仙舟的故事什么时候继续呢？我们还会再见到停云吗？邵杰老师，
这是一个很好的问题。
很好的问题。
不太能，毕竟他们都想知道，对吧？
要不你来回答，停云不是你设计的吗？能讲吗？能讲吗？
如果那个，
我觉得，
如果其实因为要不还是能讲的，还是能讲的。
那就大家，那我觉得还是给个正面的回应吧，就也不用很遮遮掩掩的。我想想该怎么说啊？众所周知，其实星穹铁道本身它的主线故事有一个比较重要的色彩，就是它是一个动态发展的故事嘛。我们开拓之旅行过一站又一站，去往一个又一个世界，在解决完一个世界的危机以后，又会前往新的一个星球。但对于开拓旅途而言，无论是我们去过的空间站也好，贝洛伯格还有仙舟，它并没有因为我们在这段旅途的结束，然后它就陷入一个停滞的状态。在我们抵达匹诺康尼之后，这些世界的人们。他们所拥有的生活命运也在悄无声息地继续向前，所以仙舟的故事是否会有新的推进，这个问题是一定的。基本上今年也就是24年内，大家就会看到一个结果。这其中当然也包含就是这个问题的第二小问，也就是停云的下落。那确实，诚如大家所见，在1.2版本，停云身上发生了一些事
，Something happened to 停云，
众多角色秘密的转折点。那在幻龙之灾之后，千舟联盟内部会如何看待这件事情？罗浮又会迈向怎样的未来
I love how Shaoji like minimizes minimizes stuff like that. Like, yeah, something happened to Tingyun. That something is her neck snapped. Like, come on.
巡猎和丰饶之间的抗争又会怎样掀开新的篇章？这些故事我觉得也是时候在今年走向属于他们的下一个节点了。
可以，感觉虽然没有特别具体的消息，但算正面回应吗？你觉得？
我觉得够诚意的。现在真的是已有的、确定能讲的，我全部都讲。
So pretty much the answer to that was they're working on it. Like things are developing in the background. So like he pretty much said we will return to the Xianzhou and we will find out the answer to that. That's pretty much what his answer was we're going to find out at some point the whereabouts of Tingyuan. Yeah, it's confirmed Bellabog already. They're getting new. We're getting new Luofu.
这个问题就比较简单了。在之前的活动里，我们体验了铺满宠物和猫猫。
I don't particularly care about this.
怎么我们总是能在网上看到一些官方还未公布的后续内容？这个问题就
泄露是吧？这个我来回答吧。我觉得还是首先必须得承认一个客观事实，那就是越有吸引力的内容，它自然受到关注也就越多，那它泄露的概率也就越大，而泄露之后它的传播也更加的不可控。那这样无论对于想要看到和不想看到它的玩家而言，它的影响都是越大的。当我们在讲一个故事的时候，我觉得除了故事的内容本身，最重要的一件事情是什么？是我们讲述的方式。我们都是热爱游戏的人，然后我们从游戏当中获得了一些很酷的、我们觉得很帅的情感体验，我们想把它带给另一个人。这个事情它需要一个过程，它需要循序渐进，甚至我必须在讲述的过程当中，根据你的反应，根据我们的认知，我們所彼此能理解的多。
Yeah, it really is, because I wish I would actually tighten their security on story. I don't. It's weird because like they can do it, right? Like we know that they can keep things under wraps. It's just either there is some sort of flaw as to how they do things. They didn't really care about story leaks. Yeah, okay, that's actually true, because, like... Yeah, okay, that's actually a good point, because, like, character leaks are definitely... I still think that character leaks are intentional to an extent. Like, banner leaks, I think, are intentional to an extent, because that's just marketing, right? That's good marketing. And that's just things that game studios do. All like every game studio will do is intentionally seed out leaks for marketing purposes. But yeah, especially because it's Shaoji talking about this, like especially that it's Shaoji talking about leaks. Specifically, the ones that are going to impact him the most are going to be story leaks. So yeah, and story leaks are very, yeah, they suck. Because like, yeah, and pretty much what he's saying, like, I definitely agree, and I can feel the pain in that too, is like 90% of the story is not what happens, but how it happens. How they tell, like he said, how they tell it. And so just by leaking the story, you're completely getting rid of the rest of the design of what the fuck the art is. Like you're just taking the art out of the art.
多少，然后不断的去调整我的讲述方式，只是为了达成最后那样一个我们双方。
I'm so happy I don't have too many social platforms that give you the ability to share the story. Yeah.
我觉得很遗憾的是，爆料这件事情能带来什么影响，或者说最大的影响是什么呢？就是这样的一个过程。
Yeah, keep it that way, because my God, the internet's becoming a hellhole rapidly.
我们会看到一些泄露源。
Yeah, no, I don't get it.
他的一些
I don't understand it.
恰当的讲述方式引起了分歧，引起了非议、误解，它让许许多多的人，包括我们在内，包括无辜的玩家在内，产生了困扰，甚至彼此之间争执不断。我觉得这就是对于创作者而言最大的遗憾。2.0 版本已经上线了，那大家都现在都肯定已经知道，无论是角色、剧情、关卡。还有玩法，我们准备了大大小小非常多的惊喜，这些惊喜当中也有 叙事轨迹也有反转，但我们曾想象过它以一种最完美的、最好的形式被呈现到玩家面前，然后想象着那一天发生时会是怎样的一个景象，我们能收获怎样的和玩家一起快乐的情感。但它其实23年9月份的时候，它就没有那么理想，它以一种非常糟糕的形式，非常简单粗暴的就泄露出去了。就坐在这里的各位，其实都很难去和团队那些相信这件事情、期待那一天的同学们去交代，为什么会发生这样的事情？为什么我们在这样的事情面前什么都做不了？
是对，我还记得你当时说了2句话。
我当时说的这么2句话，叫做反转本身也只是锦上添花的东西。去想一想，星穹铁道作为一个长线运营项目，所有后来的新玩家都是在被剧透的前提下面去欣赏这样的一个故事的。那么，他们会对这样一个故事感到认可吗？这才是我们应该要去做的事情。我们在做的是一个以年、数十年为单位的内容故事，那它自然也要经受得起以年、数十年为单位的考验。抱着这样对于完美的幻想，然后且行且看，尽力而为，去做一些我们相信的事情。我觉得也只有这样子，我们
I definitely think
更多的人。
I think the raise in heart rate is because he's genuinely getting frustrated. Like the whole leak thing, I think genuinely frustrates him. Yeah, but like I will say, I definitely think it helps that the fact that like the majority of people hate story leaks, and so there aren't very many people that do share story leaks. It's just you have to be unlucky to find them. Because yeah, like the majority of the people look at leaks because you want like most people look at leaks just for the planning, because not everybody has all of the money to throw out the game, right? They want to plan out their funds and how they play and all that stuff, and that's useful, and I like that. That is cool. That is valuable. That makes the game a lot more enjoyable, in my opinion, is knowing what's coming down the road a little bit more than what's officially released, because that allows you to plan at least a little bit. But when it comes to story leaks, you're taking away the purpose of the game. Like, when you leak the story and just spoil what happens, you're just, again, like I said, you're taking the art out of the art, because the story is there for a reason, right? And like he said, that like the twist is like just the icing on a cake, right? Like there's so much more going on, and like people will, when you leak the story and you look for just the twists, stories are more than just twists, right? Like, stories are more than just twists. Twists are a big part of them, but there's so much more going on. But when you leak the story and like say, oh yeah, Firefly dies before the story comes out, then you're taking things out of context, and you're removing any and all nuance that exists behind Firefly's death, or say like anything else that happens in 2.0. You're taking out you're taking out so much from the story, because they crafted the story in that way for a reason. The story exists in the way it does for a reason. If you take out anything, then you're taking out a major chunk of the story. Someone that writes, I like it when people read my stories and get surprised and excited. Yeah, exactly. And like I have always like been of the opinion, and this is how I treat my reading, not so much my Genshin and Honkai and all that, but like my reading especially. A good story should not rely on a twist. at the end, like a major twist or reveal, that shouldn't be the only value that a story has. So like going into a lot of stories, I will know the twists or the ending before I go in, but that doesn't take away from my experience with the story. But the problem with story leaks is like they're framed in this way of this is it, this is the only thing that happens, or they're framed in a way as to get people mad, or to get people discussing, or to farm engagement. And that, again, also takes away a lot of the art, because that gets people into this mindset of, like, into this, like, very anti-intellectualist mindset of, like, instead of thinking, oh, what does this twist mean, or what's gonna be the context around this twist, people are gonna think, I don't like that happens, I'm gonna get mad, or, you know, or people do get frustrated that they get spoiled because they enjoy that twist, right? I did not get leaked on Firefly, and that's actually really interesting, Abron, because like that's kind of what I was thinking, because I also made that conclusion of, because of what happens in the trailer about her disappearing behind Kalis, I also drew that conclusion of, oh, she's probably gonna die. But that's more satisfying because that's theorizing, that is hypothesizing, that is engaging with the story engaging with the story intellectually, like engaging with the media. Leaks just tell it as it happens, with, like, in a Cliff's Notes version, which ruins the art. Like, the story is being told in the way that it is for a reason, and then you're just taking that out and shoving it in our faces and saying this is what happens. That's taking out the story from the story. Definitely has something to do with people not being able to delay gratification. Definitely. But like, part of it, I think, is also, again, I think it's a lot of engineering by these jackasses that value clicks and their own gratification and clout over other people's experiences with the story. Because like, a lot of times these story leaks, yeah, some people don't have that ability to delay their gratification, but I think a big part of it is these story leaks are designed in a way to where they will see as many eyes as humanly possible. And when people get angry about, like, when people get angry about the story leak, then that farms more engagement. And so while I definitely think people that leak like banners ahead of time are doing a service, there's definitely something to be said about a lot of the leakers just doing what they do to, yeah, and they make money, they make a living off this shit. Like, it's stupid. And I kind of wish, like, I know that Hoyo does kind of go heavy on leakers, but like, I kind of wish they went harder, like, to be completely honest. I don't know if they have the capacity to do so. It's like, they make money off someone else's content. I mean, yeah, and it's also scummy because it's not, like, transformative, right? It's you are making money off of people's excitement. Like, you take stuff from a company before it's finished, before it's being intended to be seen. You're taking the art away from the artists before they intended to ever be seen, and then giving it to these people creates fake expectations, adds nothing to the art and to the media, and, you know, you're making money off of that. Actually, story leaks and I avoid them. Yeah, exactly. Like coming to a conclusion that a character is going to die by just intuition, by reasoning and logic, and by analyzing a story, that's good. That's great. We love that, right? Because that's literally what the lore community is about, is guessing, analyzing, making guesses, and sometimes getting it right, oftentimes getting it wrong. Like the fact that like I think one of the biggest wins of like the lore Hoyoverse lore community was Ashikai pretty much 100%ing Scaramouche's story before it even happened. Like, that's cool. That didn't ruin the experience. That, if anything, that made it more exciting in a different way of, holy shit, we got it right. I do not engage with any Genshin or HSR subreddits anymore, and my Twitter feed is all... Yeah, that's pretty much what I do at this point. Like, I only... Because I stopped using Reddit after the API changes, so I don't have Reddit anymore. Some lore channels also base their theories off leaks. Yeah, there are some out there that do that. But like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so I stopped using Reddit. I have a couple, like, I follow some people that occasionally retweet leaks, and that's kind of what I use. Is I don't follow any leakers directly, but I do use like some of the people I follow as like a filter, because all of them like do the work for me pretty much for filtering out the good leaks of like what's gonna happen. YouTube thumbnails are devil spawn. Oh yeah. To be fair, sometimes kit leaks. Yeah, true. And I don't even really look at kit leaks. It's pretty much just like, who's coming? What's their design? That's it.
去相信这样的事情，当然，就2.1、2.2，现在还有蛮多东西我还没有，对吧？遭受一些。
你这话可别说。
Yeah, like Novelette, stuff like that.
假如真的就，
我觉得就是要说，我觉得不能怕这个东西，对吧？
问题选的。老婆，这个问题选的有点把现场搞得
什么问题啊？
哎，那算了，再回答
还是血压？
持续不断的一些鼓励，还有反馈一些鞭策，让我们找到我们继续努力的方向，这样更好的内容能够呈现给大家。非常感谢各位开拓者。
从今年的4月26日起，也就是星穹铁道开拓1周年的纪念日起，在开拓者收到的生日邮件中，小蛋糕的侃式也即将迎来更新，和我们一同走向新的一年。
是的。在马上到来的2.1版本中，崩坏星穹铁道也即将在游戏内开启一系列的周年活动，和开拓者们共同庆祝这1周年的开拓之旅。让我们一起来看看吧。
好，
首先，我们为开拓者介绍1周年的活动——星间旅行。
这是一个全服玩家一起参与的活动。那具体是这样的：开拓者收到了一份拥有神奇力量的棋盘，我们将
This is just Mario Party.
经历和故事都浓缩在了这个小小的棋盘之中。开拓者
This is literally just Mario Party.
通过投掷骰子的方式在棋盘地图中前进，每天都会刷新骰子的机会，在不同的格子前进的时候，也会触发各种不同的效果，并能从中多种玩法当中取得开拓券。
哦，开拓券可以用来做什么呢？
我们的列车长帕姆是这次活动的鼓励师，
那他希望全
部玩家都能将每日获取的开拓券捐赠给。
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about. Is like, Ashi fucking predicted everything about the Wanderer. Like she was like 100% on that shit. It was insane.
此外呢，在这个活动的界面也能看到你的好友贡献了多少奖励，甚至还有点赞的小功能。
哦，看看大家在棋盘里面刷了多少健康步数是吧？
又有线下 PVP 的环节。
我发现在这个棋盘的格子里面有一些小房子，这是土地格子吗？难道我还可以买什么神策斧啊这类地方吗？
以后呢，之后你每投掷
This is really interesting.
它给你的收益也就越大。
哦，我懂了，重生至我在新铁当收租房东。
还不止如此啊！除了能当房东以外，还有一些可能你平时体验不到的奇妙的一些组队派遣任务，比如说你可以让警员、御空、浮悬这些线州给你一些 帮助伙伴们做些决定，或者做出一些大胆的。
当你有
沉重。
So it's like a board game everybody's playing.
的时候，大了吧？
那我们觉得就是吉米已经为我们忙碌了1年多了，他为我们带来了非常多的这个版本的内容的前瞻主持。那在这2个版本的话，我们就给他放个假，毕竟他作为有编制的公司员工，那除了主持节目之外，也应该去享受一下他的一个年假。
我觉得确实不用着急，因为吉米下个版本就会回来主持节目的。因为下个版本名有点劲爆，我觉得除了吉米，别的人都不太适合来讲。
这样吧，这个让有点期待了啊。
但我们这次是2.1版本直播，还是聊2.1的事情。那在新间旅行活动中，我们还准备了许多小玩法，比如好运滚滚自助机，可以单抽或3连抽来试试手气，获得不同数量的开拓券。在星际和平购物公司也能获取一些增益，或者游玩饼干翻烘焙台等小游戏。
刚刚说的那个单抽或者3连，我可以加注吗？
当然可以，是有这个功能的。只要开拓者对自己的运气足够信心啊，就像我们刚才介绍过的某位角色一样，对吧？
善于概率
对，就可以成为开拓券大亨。其实有趣的设计
，If you haven't done it, the Penacony Food event.
当然很简单，其实
I did a little bit of it.
答案并不重要。
I probably won't finish it today, especially because I have been streaming for nearly 3 hours. And I do have stuff I need to do today that isn't play Minecraft, crazily enough.
做出的选择测出探险家
这个剧情本身大家也可以的时候，
玩家一起
有这个感觉了，就是大家一起开拓，是吧？
对。
在这个新间旅行活动能给大家开心的体验。周年庆啊，总觉得在这么重要的时刻，应该还有一位很重要的嘉宾在场才对吧
？Yeah, I'm gonna have to reserve the Honkai Impact for tomorrow. So you don't just play Minecraft all day? I mean, no. I play it for a lot of the day, but not all day. I still have to do school. As much as I like to think that I'm on spring break, I still technically have a software development assignment due on Monday. Soft deadline on Monday, hard deadline next Monday. But like, yeah, I still have to do that. So yeah, I need to work on that a little bit.
是谁？
被你搬下去了，大伟哥。
那个我再重申一下，那个东西不叫
software development. Well,
我只是担
smart.
心那个立牌会累，所以我把它请下去休息。
I mean, do you really call it smart if I just brute force this class? I just ooga booga, like, I pretty much, like, especially for this assignment, right? This is my 4th programming assignment. For this one, I like sat down on like after class on like a Tuesday a couple weeks ago. I sat down, made some tea, blacked out for a couple hours, and was done. Like I was literally just fucking possessed by Bill Cipher, and I just woke up and it was done. Did it work? No. My preliminary grade got a 5 out of 100, but it was done and it was doing things kind of well. So, you know, we're fine.
请下去休息。
给你个大拇哥。
是不错。
Truly the work moment, dude. My ADHD meds can be fucking magic sometimes. Hi, Dawe. What are you doing here?
哎，大伟哥来了啊！欢迎大伟哥。大伟哥坐。
就你小子把我立牌拿走了是吧？
其实除了刚刚提到的活动之外呢，我们还为开拓者们准备了一些内容，就由大伟哥跟我们一起宣布吧。
好的。首先是义气营界与位面分裂2个活动啊，也将迎来周年特别版本。
Literally the plot of it's like Scott Pilgrim.
挑战成功即可获得
3倍的奖励。
3倍。
I should be on HD meds. It's insane. It's magic.
可以通过周年庆专属的庆典助理活动啊，以
20 polls from just daily login. Damn.
在4月26日当天啊，我们还会通过邮件为开拓者
Another
寄出
10. Crazy. Okay, 30.
共同庆祝星穹列车驶航1周年，希望这份欢乐能与每一位开拓者共享。
1周年快乐啊！没错。
I'll take it.
除此之外呢，在2.1版本更新之后捕获梦华的界面呢也
First time top up reset. Sweet.
我们为开拓者们整理了可以参与的周年庆活动， 请开拓者们
That'll be useful for. I'm still coping about the. I'm still coping about the Firefly. We're getting Firefly again. We're getting Firefly.
过去的1年里，来到了全球各地，与许许多多的开拓者有过线下相见的机会。
And then this is just the recap.
一场梦境绑架。
Dream abduction case. Do you think it's worth making a video on Genshin HSR from a game developer's perspective? I think that would be a super fun project. I think that would be a great project, Rika. I think that's super worth it. I'm sorry. No, where it's she's still alive. Please, she's still alive.
案正在发生。
最后，崩坏星球铁道演唱会正式定档2024年5月1日，在上海进行演出，并
Okay, Star Rail Live. Wait, that was Black Swan with an Arhu.
活动。年之际，作 Trash Tape。
同时，我们将与全球最大的3D
render challenge. Damn. Okay.
音乐之夜
1日在上海进行演出。
No, that's Jingliu with the Arhu. Oh. Look at her. She's so pretty. I love that instrument. Oh my god, that instrument is so good. Yeah. Oh yeah, no Firefly for 2.2. That made me very sad. Yeah, Robin's so cute. I love her. I am glad that we're at least getting Robin. Because, like, my thought process is if we're getting Robin, then that doesn't mean that we're not... That means that Firefly is still a possibility. That's my copium right now. I'm hoping that shit so much. It's insane. Do we get Senora too? Different game, different rules, bucko.
我们不断之旅。那么，再次感谢各位。
Rip bitrate, okay.
好像差不。怎么？
Fun skits? Fun skits.
看来已经
Sweet. Okay. Before we log off for the day, maybe we'll get an epilogue in 2.0. Maybe. Who knows? I do have a theory. Share it. If you can fit it, but like, yeah. Natlen, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side.
The audio is so much better.
Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Here's to you, sober one, with this glass of a dream within a dream.
I just want to rewatch it without the insanely compressed audio.
That those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Oh, it's so fucking nasty. Oh!
This is where it ends.
I love her music.
Clock Studios theme park.
I want this. I want her theme so badly. This slaps so hard. I love it. Oh, the sound design. Oh my god, I want that in my ears. Ooh, okay, sorry. My EDM fan is showing.
Theme park, most popular entertainment center in Penacony. The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game? High stakes, high rewards. All or nothing. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death.
Create the grandest what?
Dream and create
the grandest death.
Grandest
Okay. That's interesting. The grandest death. Do you think he has ties to destruction? Possibly? Because, like, okay, so here's what I'm wondering. The grandest death, why? He is an IPC member. What is he going to gain from just fucking killing everybody?
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to unveil your cards?
Is he talking to Acheron? Maybe?
Chip, I'll ruin this.
I don't know who he, because to me this reads as stereotypical villain monologue. You sly dog, you got me monologuing. This is his way of forcing the hands of players. Maybe. Death of Soluthi. Yeah, so, okay, yeah, that's actually a good point. So one of the most fascinating details that came from 2.0 was in Sparkle's quest. The beginning of it opens in Sparkle and Black Swan's quest. The beginning of it opens as a genuine, like a genuine investigation of an actual quote unquote murder. Right, and the officer, the Bloodhound officer that we talked to, says that the person was hit with a big ass hammer and then, you know, was removed from the dreamscape and woke up fine in real world. So we know that death in the dreamscape is not really death, but we also know that the people that make the dreamscape have implemented safety nets so that that would happen. Or at least it's implied that if you die in the dreamscape, you immediately get kicked out into the real world. That is by design of the dreamscape. So a couple of questions then happen is, yeah, one, there's something unto death causes a spiritual death, as in your consciousness dies. Yeah, so there's that. But then also there's the fact that when we are in the in-between state, pretty much the hotel, right? The actual dreamscape and not the facade that the family has constructed. When we're in the actual dreamscape, in theory, those protections don't exist anymore. So if you die in the in-between, in the actual dreamscape, then it's unclear as to what would happen. Spiritual death also is symbolic. Yeah. I want to know what spiritual death actually entails. Because, just take it for an example, Firefly. Say she isn't actually dead, she's just spiritually dead. What does that entail? Theoretically, she would wake up, or is she just in a coma? Basically, loss of ambitions and will to continue. So then, is it just the same as losing your vision? Spiritual death perhaps means that they can no longer return to the dream. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, similar to the Inazuma storyline. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is is this just the Inazuma storyline? But no, because Firefly reappears with severe depression. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she already had severe depression, you know. Related to Inception? Yeah. Oh, fuck, I should watch Inception. Because they very much take cues from Inception for this movie. Or for this game, for Penacony, and I've never seen Inception, so... I don't know. It's weird, because, like, to me, again, Inception vibes so bad from Penacony. It's a great movie. Yeah, I've heard. I mean, yeah, of course it's a great movie, but, like, one, I'm not very much of a movie person, and two, I've never gotten around to watching it. But, like... Yeah. It's so intriguing as to... Because there's the implication that if you die in the dreamscape, you're fine. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm so convinced a lot of people in Penacony no longer have a body to return to, so if they wake up, they die. That's interesting. Like, they've been in the dreamscape for so long that their body is, like, gone. You know, it almost feels like it's like an addiction at that point. It's almost like an allegory for, like, an addiction of... You know, if like being so far into addiction that like the withdrawal kills you. Haven't made a short about it if Robin and Firefly are dead. Interesting. We never woke up from the first dream with Akron. We were in the dreamscape from the moment we warped into the system. You're all still asleep. Fuck, true. That makes a lot of sense. So, I haven't seen... Yeah, you don't have to even do it in DMs. You could do it in the fucking Discord. So I haven't seen Inception, but I do know a lot about it from just pop culture osmosis. And... I do know that the ending of the movie implies that they never actually escaped the dreamscape. Oh no, you're fine. I'm just saying, like, for everybody else's sake, you can put it in the. No, you're fine DMing me. It's just I said, yeah, maybe put it into the put in the Discord for everybody else's sake. But yeah, so like the ending of Inception implies that they never actually escaped. They went so deep that when they thought they escaped, that, you know, they didn't. So that's a very good point of, or is there layers to this? Because that's something I found really interesting is, yeah, something I found really interesting was how that scene with Akron at the very beginning of 2.0 worked. Because, like, from a story standpoint, why is it there? It has spoilers for Inception. I already know most of how Inception goes. But, like, yeah, like, from a storytelling standpoint, like, what's the purpose of that Acheron scene in, like, it introduces Acheron, but why did we do that so early? Yeah, and then like more specifically, what the fuck happened? Because I knew we like the explanation that I think Himiko gave was that we were or it was like Pom Pom. It was like we were warping through an area that was pretty much like mimetically unsafe, right? Where we would probably hallucinate. There was a bunch of like info hazard, whatever. I don't know. Like they were warping through a space that was trying to be contained by memo keepers, pretty much. And so weird shit would happen or could happen if you warp through it. That's what happened, or that's at least what is implied to have happened. I would not be surprised if, yeah, and some people are like memoria intolerant. Yeah, that's the phrasing. Yeah, it's, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it was a bait and switch kind of thing, where or like not a bait and switch, but like very misleading if that was like a red herring, because I feel like it's not Memoria, that was just Acheron being weird. Like for some reason, like it just so happened that Acheron did her weird river song thing with us just as we happened to go through the imbued Memoria area. Bum Bum told us that the system is heavily, yeah, okay, that's the phrasing. I forget what the phrasing was specifically, but saw the face 1 second, no glass on the other, doors are closed, no one POV, yep, open another. Yeah, it's weird. And like it is really cool that they're taking the dream stuff really, they're doing the dreamscape stuff really well with that kind of stuff. But like that's kind of, yeah, like it's weird. I don't know. Yeah. But I do like that idea. I like that theory of we're still in the dreamscape as we speak. That we never woke up from it. Because yeah, that would make a lot of sense. There is plenty of that to work with. But I also wonder how much of that is going to be, I guess, okay, so here's something that I always caution myself against ever since the fucking MatPat did the FNAF 4 Dream Theory. The ending of Oxenfree. I still need to play Oxenfree. But like ever since MatPat did the FNAF 4 theory, that I've always been very careful of it was all a dream. Because like MatPat said, it's OP. It like you can just do kind of whatever the fuck with it. But what I find interesting is Hoyoverse is kind of combating that by laying a very strict ground rule, like a very strict ground rules as to how dreams in this world work. Because like there is dream logic, like they build it around dream logic, but there's more rules to it. Because like dream logic implies the lack of logic. But Hoyo has done like a lot of work to make sure that this is like dreams actually have a lot more structured rules to them. So the whole dream theory, I like that more than I usually would, because it doesn't feel OP to me. Which is neat, which is kind of weird. It's like contrasting in my brain. That shouldn't work like it does. But oh, that's cool that they do this. They link it all. I also need to subscribe to the Chinese version. But yeah. That's fun. But I'm excited for this. I'm very excited to see what happens. They're intentionally being very, very, very skim, or like very, very lean about what information they're giving for this chapter. I think that's why this trailer is so underwhelming. It's just because there's so much that they're trying to keep under wraps. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited for 2.1. I had such a blast with Penacony with 2.0's Penacony Quest. I'm so excited for 4.2 was hype. Yeah, true, exactly. And like that's the entire point of like. And it almost kind of worries me. The fact that they're showing so little implies that this is going to be a big ass chapter, but it's fine. We'll get to it. We'll get through it together, y'all. Okay, so before I end, I was going to ask y'all about this. So, story's gonna be great. Yeah. Okay, let me actually hide my screen real quick. Just so I can pull up tweets and shit. Okay, so if you're on my Twitter, you might have seen this. All right, yeah, go to sleep, Rika. Thank you for joining. So for anybody that knows Honkai Impact 3rd, I need input. I need input on this. So for any of y'all that know Honkai Impact 3rd, so Nor and Azrael and Vanity are doing an English fan dub of Honkai Impact 3rd. I am intrigued. I am considering it. But here's the thing. Honkai Impact 3rd is the girls' game. If you haven't noticed, I have a very mask voice. So, I need suggestions as to who I should read for. From the people that have played more of this game than I have, I need input as to who I should audition for, who I should read for on this. Hi, Mayor, welcome. Do you have the character list available? No, so let me show you the form. I'm gonna be careful to not... I'm gonna switch shit a bunch just because I don't want to accidentally leak my personal email. Okay. Yeah, I'm working on it. Nothing here. Okay. So this is what the Google form looks like. So there's a bunch of questions about like who you are, what the contact info, stuff like that. But this is kind of where the meat of it is. So the form asks you your top 3 characters you would like to voice for, and then your second top 3. So a total of 6-ish characters. You can also, it's part 1 and part 2, right? So you can ask for characters from part 1 or part 2. And they would also, from how Norv has been wording it, she's been talking about possibly making this a long-running thing where they keep up with part 2 as part 2 happens. So there are openings for that, but I just need to voice people. I need characters that I need to read for. Welt or a Sue? Sue or Cosma? Do you have some personality in mind? Not really. Like I have like, okay, so here's the thing. I have never tried voice acting before. This will be like my first thing. So I don't fucking know. I don't really have a typecast. I was not a theater kid. I was the tech kid. But I feel like why not? This would be fun. Sue's like your voice? Okay. Cause like y'all are saying welt. I don't feel like I have a mature enough voice for a welt. Watching the Golden Courtyard anime. That'll also be really good because that gives me lines that I can read. Like Cosma. So much effort, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I've heard a lot about how much work it takes. Sula sounds like your voice. Okay. Sue or Cosma? Sweet. Cosmo's like a quiet teenager. And Sue is Sue. Okay, let me see. Are there any cutscenes? With Sue that I can look up? HI3. Sue versus Cosmo. Mostly in Elysian realm. Okay.
以前、もう一人の僕が僕の観測を感知したからね。無限の可能性の中では、どんなことが起きてもおかしくはない。
He's basically HI3. I'll hate them. Okay. If it's the nerd like you, yeah. Okay, I can see that.
その世界の僕は女性だったけど。
He is kind of hot. Yeah, no, he's kind of pretty. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty hot. Okay. I was not expecting that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't find Al Haytham that attractive. So it's kind of surprising me that, you know, Sue is Sue's great if you have the stamina to record hours of yapping.
僕よりも優れた精神力で地球を
My eternal idea, same you do. Yeah, I most definitely do. I am very good at taking care of my voice. You also do APHO, Adam. I don't know if they're intending on doing APHO, but yeah, Sue isn't afraid of conversation.
丸ごと騙す幻覚を作ったんだ。そして彼女も第二の神の鍵を使って自身の影響力をより広い場所へと広めようとし。
Okay. And then who was the other one? Cosma? Cosma, okay, but that's a name. Is it Cosma or is it Cosma or Cosma? Yeah, that's definitely a video. KOSMA.
你似乎从未主动提起自己曾是凯文小队的一员。发生过一些事，是吗？
Yeah, very very moody, very.
来说，过去只是负累。我的入队徽章就是由凯文队长配发的，2次都是。
2次。
Okay. Doable. Cool. So I'll read. Cosmo. I'll do. Doable. I like your approach. I don't know. Cause like I was also. I don't know if I could pull it off. I feel like I'm too inexperienced to do it, but I think it would. I still feel like it would be fun to attempt auto. Like I feel like that would be fun to just try it. Yeah, Cosmo's vibe is very, you know, like I don't know how to put it. Yeah, gloomy teen pretty much. It's just gloomy, moody teen. Attempting autos, connecting your inner psycho. That would be fun. I've played enough D&D to at least try that. So one of my favorite characters I've ever played in D&D was like just unhinged, which was super fun. I made him a Swarmkeeper Ranger, but made him like his whole motif was like maggots and just like rotten decay. Because like Swarmkeeper Rangers, you can have like any small animal or smaller as your swarm, and you can do shit with the swarm that like enhances your attacks or whatever. So most people will do like butterflies or like gnats, or my favorite was cats, and you could just be a crazy cat lady. But I took it a different way and made it just very disgusting and gross and like decay and rotten shit. That was one of my favorite characters I've ever played. So I could channel that and channel my inner Otto. Theoretically, you could do Einstein. I could. I think I could soften my voice up a little bit. Einstein is referred to as she, her, but I do remember when I first started playing, I wasn't entirely sure like what her gender was. But she is a Valkyrie, so she has to be. But yeah, she does have a very masked voice. I could try it. I would have to look up some feminization tips just to make it a little bit more boyish. But like, yeah. I never said he did something wrong. He's just unhinged. Yeah, well, yeah, he is so unhinged. But that's why he would be so fun to voice, right? He would be so fun to voice because he's so unhinged. And I feel like he doesn't have a voice that is too mature. Cause like, let's go guy impact. Let's find a cut scene. There aren't very many good. I would have to find something, but like I think this one has a bunch of auto in it. Like, that's doable, right? He talks on graduation trip. Does he? Oh. I kind of don't want to watch this because this actually looks fucking gorgeous. Oh, this is where this is from? One of my favorite arts or pieces of art from Honkai Impact 3rd is from that scene. I'll watch it later and find it, but yeah, okay. So I got my top three. I'll look into lines. If any of y'all have like good cutscenes or sections of like dialogue that I could read, send in the Discord. What are your top three? My top three that I'm probably gonna read for are Sue, Cosmo, and Otto. And then my second three, I'll probably just throw together. The only other three men in the... I might see about Einstein. We'll see. You make a great auto. Thank you. I don't know if I'm quite that unhinged, but I'll try. You can also do the... I voiced Oniqua. That would be actually hilarious if I voiced Oniqua. That would be so funny. Cool. Well. And then watch Golden Courtyard for a better idea on the characters. And I would have to probably rewatch some of the auto cutscenes from early in part 1. He's gonna voice that one NPC. The Senadina trailer that goes super hard cheering her on. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if, like, again, I don't know how much of this, how much they're going to be voice, like, how much they want to voice. I'm not entirely sure as to the scope of this project. I know, like, occasionally they might throw together some dubs for, like, cutscenes or whatever, or, like, for, like, trailers and shit, but I think this is mostly the game. Without it, you probably have to do Void Archives as well. I don't mind that. I think that would be fun. Isn't Void Archives also just incredibly unhinged? Like, more so than Auto? Because that would be fun. I think that would be so fun to do. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, if you guys have any cutscenes or anything that, like, you think would be good for reference, send it in the Discord. I will, like, that would be, or, like, tweet it at me. I don't care. Just, yeah, because I need that. This will be really fun. And, like, I'm kind of thinking, right? I'm not super sold. Like, I'm not, like, wanting, like, needing to do it. I'm mostly doing this because, one, it would be fun, but two, if I don't get any roles, I'm still offering, like, my services for my services. I'm also, like, volunteering if they need audio mixing or editing. I could totally do that too. So, oh yeah, I'm totally auditioning for this shit. I think it's so fun. I think it's such a cool project that Nora and Vanity are doing. Yeah, so. But anyways, that's all I have for y'all today. I'm gonna go do a bit of homework and then play Minecraft. Clothar, I did know that. I am very excited for that. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. Tomorrow, we are going to be doing something, probably playing Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2. I don't know. It's just what happened. There we go. Better music. I might be doing Honkai Impact 3rd. We'll see. I haven't quite decided. But yeah, I had a lot of fun streaming today. Thank you so much for joining, Shelly. I hope to see you here more often. It's a pleasure having you in chat. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for probably Honkai Impact. So, bye-bye, y'all.